Did you split the video? Second camera?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
You're listening to the Uncomfortably Funny podcast with Dave Hodge, Anthony Ennis, and Shay Farrell.
So what does uncomfortably funny mean? Say something uncomfortably funny.
You know, like when you don't want to laugh at a joke, but you do because it's so fucking horrible, but you don't want to laugh. Like any joke.
Like, no, it's taboo humor. That's what that means. Yeah, uncomfortably funny. Okay, so let's hear it. Let's hear something that's taboo or uncomfortably funny.
It would have been funny if that went on the stream, the picture.
Well, right. Well, I did. Listen, I'm not bright enough to do that yet.
I think you can just share
There's a way to do it. I just don't know how.
the screen grab. You just do that.
Right. There's a way to do it. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I just said.
We should.
One day do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
One day maybe. I don't know. Also, I would like to crop that just the beginning and the end. I got to actually edit that as well. It's a whole bunch of shit I need to
That
do.
I can do if you while you're in the bathroom.
That's also true.
Yeah, no, it's great. Great way to start the podcast. I'm sure you got everyone engaged right now.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know.
Because Paul wants to be critical. He's like, you should do this. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I don't know how. You're the one who knows how to do it. I can do that for you in like 2 seconds. Yeah, but you've been here for a half hour and haven't fucking done shit.
We talked about other stuff. It didn't dawn on me the fuck ups of the show until it started.
You started dropping all this other shit that we need to do on air that before the show started.
The best thing you brought is taking a shit. That's the only thing of interest.
Yeah, so far that's the only thing you said
I took a
interesting.
piss.
Right.
We took a piss, yes, thank you. But no one was here to receive it, so.
Wait, what?
Why I'm German.
Receive it? What kind of party are you going to?
You know what parties he's likes.
So I had to go to German school as a kid, so.
That's fair.
Schneiser.
I went like 3
But wait. Speaking of, we're talking about pre-show stuff. We gotta at least discuss the whole Naked Eddie thing because we've been trying to get him on, and he doesn't do podcasts.
Yeah, I tried to get him on the Bills podcast.
Right,
a
and
couple weeks ago.
I get it. And he's like, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I just don't do podcasts.
Tell him
I'm
it is a
like,
gig. You're just doing it for me and you watching him. He just said it. He wrote in there, is it a gig? I said, yeah, you just stand next to us, hold a microphone and reply.
Son, that works too.
I know.
But he's like, don't make me get my rape whistles. No means no. So I'm like, come on, baby. And I'm like, all right, blink twice if you really mean no. And he sent me 2 blinking emojis, which is fucking adorable.
I didn't realize you got that the wrong way around though, because it's blink twice if it's.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
Well, that's why.
It's
why
still fucking funny though.
Right. There was a reason I did it, so I'm like, all right, whatever. We're
was-
all good with that.
I was just gonna say, you made it in radio where you have to play another episode of the radio so you can get the theme tune.
To get what in?
The theme tune.
Well, listen, I don't have it with everything screwed up with the laptop and everything else.
Do me a favor. On your phone, in your app that you put your jokes and bullshit and list of stuff to do, make a new thing and start typing shit in, and I'll come up an hour early and we'll do all of it.
Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, you guys still talking?
but he doesn't know.
I fucking fell asleep.
You gave him
I
a
thought you had an
fucking
epileptic fit.
he gave him a fucking seizure. That's
I know.
how fucking boring you're being.
Can you get a seizure from me?
Yeah, I was trying to spice it up a little bit. I figured I start shaking, you shut up. No,
Are you saving up for a new hat?
Dude,
No,
Yeah.
why would he do that?
It's broken in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's perfectly
like your
broken in.
mom.
Do you
Talking to
want
Blair's
my
mom, she still texts me once in a while.
Hey,
She says I'm a great person for helping him go to the hospital that one
yeah,
time.
My mom also thinks I'm a funny person, so.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
obviously
you can't
retarded then.
trust
Fucking. Hold on. I got your mum and Dweck's mum I've been messaging. Maybe I should flip it around and send his mum the dick pictures and Dweck's mum the medical advice on her son.
Maybe you send both.
I know.
Why are you being selfish? That's just fucked up.
I don't know the last time my mom seen a cock, so.
I don't think Dweck knows I did that. So I'm gonna do his podcast in the next couple of weeks. I might have to break it to him.
Oh, you talked to him about doing it?
I'm doing it. Yeah.
Okay. No, I know you said you wanted to.
Do
You
you
were.
want the t-shirt? I have the Rich Direct t-shirt.
You're a fucking. You're a name we probably shouldn't say anymore that describes at least one of your children. So it could
Kid
be many.
toucher?
Yeah.
We can't say pedophile anymore.
Yeah.
Scared. Wants to do daddy.
Daddy, hi, daddy.
Like I said, I have had enough sex talk with my kids. I know way too much.
According to Trump, none of your children exist anymore. It's male or female.
Well, listen, they still exist, just however they identify. So there.
Well,
He didn't say
No,
they.
it says at birth.
Yeah. So that means they still exist.
Yeah, but they're dead.
But he
That's dead
didn't
naming.
wipe out their existence, though.
No, but it's dead naming them at
the
that
dead,
point.
dead name, yeah.
Right,
Well,
but that doesn't mean they don't exist.
Well, no, This is how they have it in the hood. Purposely have it like this.
Yeah, well, you know, your fucking
Yeah, but you're not in the hood
ex-girlfriend
right now.
sucking it. Well, Dave's black.
I,
Oh, that girl blocked me, by the way.
Which one?
Angela Sharp.
About time.
She blocked me because we're fucking Hollywood went on a tear. About, she's like, yeah, you're lazy if you don't put, a trans person or a black or a lesbian and all this on your show. And Hollywood replied fairly logically, I book people that are funny. If that person just happens to be one of that demographic, then it's fine. And she's off of medication, bro. She went off, and then I joined in, and then I tagged Dave on it. I said, Dave, we do dive,
Well, no,
do shows.
I actually said it
Your
first
line
before he
was
did
funny.
that. I'm
Your line was
like,
funny.
every show I've been on has been diverse.
Because he's 18% black on Ancestry. That's exactly what it was. But of course, he didn't say that.
No, but I'm like, I've never been on a show that
But-
wasn't diverse.
But
I don't know.
But she flipped out like completely.
Oh, I
and
remember-
then
that.
she wrote.
I think she blocked me too. Finally,
But she's fucking.
She had so many typos in there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, like, please. I felt bad for her because
No, she's gone. You see her right as top as your friend.
she totally lost it. Yeah, I remember when I first started.
She said she started to make it personal. She wrote, even though it's true. She's like, I've never seen anyone except straight white men laugh at your comedy.
I've seen white women laugh.
Yeah.
I've known Latinos that laughed at your comedy.
But the point being is, we've never been to a show. I don't think with her in. Or
Right.
Did we have her on a
No,
marriage?
we've never had her on the show.
Thank God. But she's like, I'd never put you on my show. And I'm like,
How much
Don't
does your
care.
show pay?
I was gonna say, don't care.
Right.
But then she told me, because I said it should be, put someone who's funny, blah blah blah.
Right.
And she's like, I'm making it personal because you're not funny, and you're telling me to change the title of this post. And I'm like, last time I checked, there wasn't a title on a post. It's just a fucking comment you type in, and then people read it. There's not a fucking headline like it's the fucking newspaper.
Yeah,
and
it
then,
was a manifesto.
But she's
Well,
like,
look,
you're
she got-
telling me what to do. You told me to correct my post. And I
No.
said, no, I have an opinion, and you have an opinion. Get over
I
it.
think
No. So wait. My favorite part was John Minus, who I like, nice guy. I'll tell you something after the show, which is a little fucked up. But he's no.
Oh, okay.
So he goes and he puts on his line. He's like, I'm happy to see white people call other white people out on this stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's right. And those same people should be proud enough to give up their spots for these people they want to have on
That
the
was
show.
fucking great.
And
That's fucking
I got
great.
nothing but. And then like in a couple hours later, it's like, I never said anything about spots. I'm like, you literally made this about comedy and who's on the show. The people that are on the show, those are comedy spots for comedians.
Yeah.
If you don't like the way it's set up and you want that change, you need to change the people in those spots.
You know what she got mad at as well? Because I said, there's black shows, there's Hispanic shows, there's gay, there's lesbian, there's Irish, there's fucking Italian. I goes, so you're saying if it's called a comedy show, it should be diverse, and we should put people on that aren't funny just because they're diverse. So from now on, we're going to be a minority. We're going to call them white people comedy shows, and we're actually going to put that on the flyer. And she's like, "Oh my God, white people, And I'm like, "You are white."
But hold on a second. Then, if you're not based on humor or if they're funny, how do you determine who to put on?
You don't
If
know.
you're going on some
I have to kick someone off that's funny just because some trans guy I have to put them on. Let me tell you something. If I meet 10 trans comics that are fucking hilarious,
I'd put them on.
they're all going to be on, and I'm not going to be. I'll give up my spot.
And I think, Blair would be okay with having his kid be on and not him.
I think
Oh yeah.
I just don't know how we're going to clone 5 of his kids.
See, my oldest is funny, and I would understand that. But see, there's two different things. So one, that's my son, so I know her. Or daughter, I'm sorry, so I know her.
Jesus
Fucking,
Christ, you
all right,
just-
Trump, relax
Yeah,
with your dead name.
You
But-
just
but-
dead named your fucking
But
kids.
I have a relationship. That was one thing I asked Anthony when I first started doing this. I said, hey, as a producer of shows, what's one thing I should know? And the first thing he said was, you should be liked. He's like, why would comics want to put you on a show if they don't like you?
Yeah.
And he's like, that's number one, be liked first.
Yeah.
And he's like, then
That eliminates this whole room.
Yeah. But no, it was fair. Because why would you put me on a show if you don't like me?
Right.
Like, why would you have me?
All right, to be clear, I would put you on a show because I don't like the audience.
What was worse? You were laughing.
That was one.
no, but he was laughing.
Wait, no, you might have to leave early too.
I know.
This show might end
You
early.
need to ride. I was just literally just thinking if I get to free, me and Blair have to leave because I'm his ride.
Yeah,
I might just pay for his Uber.
dude, I just saw you like a little girl, like.
It was funny. I knew. I knew that was gonna hit. I knew it.
It was
And I'm writing it in my jokes, which I've never. I have no idea where I'd ever use that anywhere else.
The next time you host it, you have
Blair's
to,
on.
then Blair's on. You're like, oh, by the way,
The
I only put him on because I hate the audience.
That's awesome. That's a good way to introduce me. Better than Make-A-Wish.
It's just as good. This is his Make-A-Wish. Also, we hate the audience. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, well, that's because my joke where I said that did you open up when you had that 250 seat arena you performed at? And I said, did you open up with the apology or the refund? Which I thought was a good joke. Yeah, thank you. But at least I didn't giggle through it.
That's fair.
Because my joke was better.
It was. But in my head, because I did it, I thought it was better. But I wasn't being diverse, so that's why I should have liked your joke more. Because you're
Dude, if you wanted to do this nice comedy show, just have a family reunion on the stage. There might be 1.5. No, I'm just trying to get Blair out of here in 10 minutes flat. Help me out, Dave.
No, yeah. No, you got to learn how to be funnier.
Oh, you take out my big book of funny.
No, we're talking about him. You're all right.
Yeah, and we know you haven't got that book. It doesn't exist in your house.
It's just full of scratch outs. No one can read it.
It's somewhere in between how to keep the spacer in my new vagina.
I'm gonna read a random joke out of.
Oh, they're not jokes. It's all.
I found
That's his poetry book. You're in the wrong book.
I found the funniest page of Blair's book.
It is good. It has a pen.
I know.
He's way ahead of you.
Oh my god! I need new content.
Yeah, you do. Now put that shit down and fucking be funny. Before I take that one away.
It's white trash dating. It's my notes from Motel 6, Frontier Airlines, and dating someone who's married.
All right, Dave. How's your week?
Tell me about the dating someone that's married.
Oh no, it's beautiful. It was an ex-girlfriend that I ghosted, and oh, what's wrong, Paul? Are you dating her too?
No, it's his wife.
It doesn't matter who it is.
I know. He's like, how do I get Blair to my house?
She pays my Uber, so come down. No, it's worth it. It's worth the Uber. So, hey, listen.
And the airline flight.
If $15 or whatever, $14 to fly down to Florida.
And the $600 a month for the discount.
No, it's a.
Speaking of, wait. So I'm not going with Frontier. I'm going Spirit. But me and Tracy got a discount to go to Florida in November. We're still going to stay with my uncle. It was $70 round trip
Spirit
for both of us.
It's awesome, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
But you went to you know what you got to do now on the Spirit app. There's
We already did. We already took care of it. We spent the $20 for the two of us to sit by each other.
no, but there's an auction like an eBay thing.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
You can
I
bid
got
on the
seats.
exit row. You can
I
bid on
don't
the exit
care.
row. It's better.
I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, the airline companies are all reporting losses because there's like lower confidence for flying.
Yeah.
Less people are flying for business.
Yeah, because of fucking DEI, you get a discount ticket. That's why.
Yeah, so they're actually having reduced flights and.
All right, let's watch that video, dude.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm fucking listening to him. He's fucking talking about something. Just because nobody's booking you to go to Florida to get laid.
She ain't booking him. He just shows up.
Only Chicago.
Oh, dude, all right, hold on a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Pay $350 for a massage. Okay, would you pay $350
No.
for a massage? Nothing.
No, I pay $120 and I get a happy ending.
It was just a massage.
That's still too much.
$350. It was insane. I was disgusted by it.
Was it? Did it hurt? Was it one of those really painful ones?
No.
But then it ain't worth $380.
It was at like this fancy spa shit.
Did they do table shower?
No, they didn't
What?
do that. Body slide. No, and it was like the same.
Buy
thing, too.
what? What the fuck's a
Body
buy
slide.
I thought you said buy slide.
No, that's your fucking thing.
Yeah, he's British, British do some odd
The
things.
Yeah.
That's not
He
your,
wanted to see the masseuses, bangers, and mash that night.
ask your kid what the buy slide is.
Yeah.
Why is Shay here? We didn't even know he's coming.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought it was. I tried to act like I liked it, but I mean, it was like once I heard that. How much
Like Paul, he likes to make believe he's straight sometimes.
Yes.
He likes to make believe he likes a vagina.
Yeah.
Did he say?
Then they turn the lights on. I'm like,
Ugh. Don't want to stare at that crazy eye. There you go.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, and the
Tastes great, less filling. Tastes
Yeah.
great, less
well,
filling.
see, I'm vagina and ass, so and sometimes you just have to split them right in half. Well, they're
Right.
there. Yeah.
There- right.
Well,
so the
episiotomy-
taint then? You like the taint?
Well, no, you do a episiotomy, like in case you need extra room.
Well, speaking of, I had a weird thing happen last week. I had a ingrown hair on my taint, and Tracy didn't notice it at first while she was there. And I'm like, I'm sorry about this. She's like, what? I'm like, oh, never mind. She's like, what? So of course it ruined the moment. And I'm like, no, just finish. And she's like, what's the matter? I'm like, got an ingrown hair on my taint. And she's like, what? I'm like, and she goes back down and she's like, the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, I thought you noticed it. I don't know. I thought that little hesitation was.
No, what the fuck is wrong with you for not seeing?
Right.
Right there.
She was busy.
It's an ingrown hair. It's
uh,
better than my
She was
taxes.
busy.
You guys are missing the point here of how did Dave see this?
I felt it.
Oh, you could actually
You never had an ingrown hair?
nah.
Right.
Better than my tape.
It's like a zit.
I
It's like a zit kind of
Yeah.
thing, right? Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh, and you could feel it. I'm like, oh, okay, ingrown hair. That sucks.
Yeah, but did she question your proficiency that you're being turned off by an ingrown hair?
I was not turned off. I was like, oh,
I'm just saying, I try not to talk.
All over the place.
But you cleaned up. the
Is
hair.
this thing on?
I can hear you. Yeah.
yes. But anyway, so
You've
yeah,
had an ingrown hair, just not on your tape.
right.
I don't think I ever have.
I don't think so either. I don't think I have one.
You've never had an ingrown
It's
hair?
like, it doesn't look a bit like a zit though, because
You never got razor bumps either. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't
the same.
shave.
none of his girlfriends have grown any kind of hair
No,
yet.
but you have shaved your face.
Not for a long ass time.
Yeah, well,
No, because I use clippers to just keep
yeah,
it.
just to buzz it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because when I was younger, I
Are
would.
you a hairy guy?
No.
No. See, I'm a hairy guy. I got
Thank you for showing me.
there's gonna be the taint's next. So
But after
You guys
test-
are sitting really close together.
you
It's
go
kind of
from
handy.
chest to taint. That's pretty.
You
cool.
don't?
well,
Yeah.
it's 0 to 60.
Haven't you heard of
Listen, when you're in a hurry, listen. He
Missionary
goes on a
and-
lot of vacations and he wants to make sure he's beach ready.
Yeah, I have
So-
to. I'll be in Bermuda in a couple.
Right.
Weeks. I wanna
He's
make
gonna
sure
be.
I'm
He wants to be
good.
speedo ready. Me too. Bahamas, not Bermuda.
He doesn't want to be Velcro
I'll
to
be
the
in
guy he's
Bermuda.
fucking.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be in Bahamas though. Easter week.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'm going. Shit.
You got to take a shit? It's right there.
Mid-June.
I'm taking that one away for that.
No, you know.
No, I already
nah,
did.
You can't.
I just did.
You definitely can't.
I just did.
All right, stay
I
longer.
Actually, I
But
was trying to think of you
reconsider.
saying
I'm staying
it.
longer.
I wasn't even paying attention to what Paul said. I just had
That makes sense.
Yeah, most people
fuck
don't.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's used to that.
I was
don't
like trying to
worry.
think. I'm like, what did Paul just say? I'm like, I had no fucking idea.
It's all right. He doesn't know either. He just blurts shit out. That's what. That's you. He rapid fires 1,000 things,
Yeah.
hoping something sticks.
Yeah.
And then one
Yeah.
sticks, so he fires another 1,000 out, and I have to take that one away, that one good one
Nah,
away
you
from him.
can't take that one away. That
Too
was
late.
too good. Nah, definitely.
I don't even remember what it
So
was.
It
It's
would
all
be
right.
so much better if you did the well, if you didn't do the 1,000, it'd be great. But if you did the one that stuck, and then shut up.
No,
You
because
would
they
need-
told
then you
I
would
had
need
to leave when I
5,000
hit 3.
back. Then you would need the 5,000 to follow-ups to try to up it.
No, if you just
But
shut
my-
you
I didn't know
up,
my
then
wife
half
showed
the
up.
battle.
Yeah.
That's that too.
Yeah.
There's that. Oh, there's always that.
Just a suggestion.
You gonna play Hollywood's horrible video at some point?
I was waiting to fucking talk to Shay real quick. He
When we-
just sat
yeah,
down.
just sat
We
down.
have a whole bunch of stuff, and I wanted him to be here. I wanted to
No,
talk
I
about it.
haven't,
I didn't want
uh,
to turn it on and then have to replay it because Shay showed up. I'm a considerate host.
He's considerate.
I'm a considerate lover.
You are.
I'm very
You are.
generous.
You pointed out your
Yeah.
ingrown hair.
I would
You didn't just let it go to the wayside. You
Well,
pointed it out.
and I made sure. I'm like, no. When you're done, you can finish, and I'll tell you
Yeah.
because I care. I'm a caring guy.
Did
Yeah.
you get like tweezers to take it out? Like
No, I just fucking
you just wanted to know?
yeah. I was because I was trying to pop it, so I hope it wasn't too inflamed, like a zit. I'm like, maybe
Wait, were you trying to call it out so it didn't look like herpes?
Hi, what does that mean?
Hey, I'll get back there.
Yeah. What does WVER even mean?
Whatever.
Oh, is that what it was?
I don't know. I don't even know what I wrote. I just fucking clicked her off. I don't know what I do not know what I was just saying. But anyway, so wait. So Shay, you have to explain something that I sent to you. That lineman baseball.
Okay. All right. We have to do that when you begin climbing. When you learn how to climb,
Right.
we didn't play baseball, but we did play catch.
Okay.
You brought in a mitt. There was a softball, and you had to throw. You had to climb a pole, and there was 4 or 5 guys on a bunch of poles, and you had to throw the ball. And if you missed it, so the idea is when you become a lineman,
Right.
is you have to be able to take your hands off the pole. Everyone wants to hang on naturally. That's the thing. But you saw that guy with the baseball bat, right? He was
Yes.
sideways, leaning out. And he
Yeah.
hit the ball. That's how they want you to work.
Right.
Because sometimes that's how you have to reach to get it. And a couple of times I've actually had to do that. But it's throw the ball, and if you miss, you got to climb down, get the ball, climb back up, because it's not easy. Climbing takes every fucking muscle you have in your body. You could go to the gym 7 days a week for 10 years. You'll climb once, and you'll be hurting for 2 days.
I believe it.
Because that's just the way it works. But that's the idea: is reach out. If that let me get the ball. If the ball's going out, if somebody throws it bad, that's one thing.
Right.
But if it's coming at you and you can't reach because you're too busy holding on, then that's what they want you to do. They want you to be able to reach out, lean, grab the ball.
Like I saw that meme and I was like, I only know 2 people I could send it to, and I sent it to both of you that used to work together. So
Who's the other guy?
you and Ralph.
Who?
Ralph Ramos.
Oh yeah.
My old roommate,
Yeah,
my
that's
college
right,
roommate.
that's
So
right,
I'm like,
that's
oh,
right. I haven't seen Ralph in a long time.
me either. But that's a
Well,
whole nother
I'm
story.
I've been inside now.
I know.
I'm no longer climbing.
But as because he's an overhead, he was an overhead lineman for many years for PSE and
Yeah,
G.
he
So I'm like,
still is.
oh,
Oh, okay.
I think he still is too. Well, I know he was looking to move inside, but
I had no idea what you guys were talking about. I just like.
He's talking about working on electric poles, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
So what you have to do when you first learn how to climb a pole is you have to climb to the top. They teach you how to climb, and then a couple weeks into the climbing, they make you go up with a. You get a mitt, and you go up and you throw a ball around. So when you're at the top of the pole, they want you to throw. Now he sent me a meme that had they were actually playing baseball. The one guy would pitch it to another guy, and he would reach out and smack the ball, and then try to catch it. But we would just play catch, and you had to catch the ball because if you had to climb down and climb back up, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but what if you weren't coordinated? Like, what if you couldn't catch a ball just to begin with? Like, what if you sucked? At
If you
baseball?
can't catch a ball, chances are you shouldn't be climbing a pole.
also true.
Now instead of catching a ball, now you're doing it with live wires.
You don't want to fumble that.
If you're that,
Ball sports.
if you're that uncoordinated, chances are you shouldn't be in a climbing a pole or in a bucket or any of that stuff. We've let a few slip through the cracks. People that figured out the hard way that they shouldn't be a lineman, and then they went somewhere else in the company. But that's a bad way to do it because you could get yourself killed or kill someone else instantly.
Is that like? Does that get like hazard pay or like differential?
No, I get So this is what I had to do, but without a bat.
Just like a training center that had all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edison. If you go on 287 in
Yeah.
Edison, PSC&G has a big whole bunch of poles, there's a bunch of towers.
Oh, I think I saw it.
That's
Is
why
it like opposite the
that's why
Top
training-
Golf and all that shit?
It's right near Route 1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
by
right
Top
there.
Golf,
Top
So,
Golf, yeah.
by Top Golf. It's right there. There's a bunch of poles.
I remember seeing the poles in there. I'm like, why the fuck are
that's
they
our
there?
Edison Training Center. I spent 6 weeks there, and then I spent 6 weeks. I spent 6 weeks in Clifton learning how to climb, and then once they realize you can climb, you go to Edison for 6 more weeks, and that's all you do is climb. That's your day. You go up, and then in Edison you build wires and you build stuff. In Clifton, you're just learning. When I did the yard in Clifton, you just had to climb up and down, go up. They made a little obstacle course where you had arms in the way or something in the way to climb over, climb around it. And then when I went to Edison, it was okay. Now that you've got the climbing part down, now I need to climb up and hang across
And do shit with it.
and
Yeah.
put up wires.
That makes sense.
And take this down and put that up and do all this other shit because sometimes you have to do it. And in
All right, now you're ready to work.
24 years outside climbing poles, and I was able to. I climbed a good amount of times. Most of the time, they don't want you to climb anymore because it's dangerous. It's bad for
They just use
but
the bucket,
there's
right?
a lot of shit in the backyard that needs to be climbed. So
Is it like boot camp or like the military, like private power, like the fat guys think they can do it and they all fall off in that training with the climbing and shit? It's harder than they think.
there are but 15 guys will start, 6 or 7 will finish. Guys don't realize that they're.
Oh, the match is
nights.
fucking hard.
They're
Oh,
for
yeah.
nights, or they go up 2 days and then on the third day they're hurting so bad from just the workout that
Mhm.
they can't do it. On the fourth day or the third day or the fourth day they can't do it. It's hard. And then what I did was so I started off in the underground in PSC&G, which is all in the manholes.
Mhm.
And I didn't want to stay in the underground because it was just I didn't like it. I wanted to go to the overhead. So what I did was any little accident or problem you had, you got sent back to the underground until the next climbing school came up.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you had any type of injury or any type of I'm not sure, they sent you back.
How many times
You
you
still
got
had a job, but you could take this many times as you want. But what I did was I bought brand new climbing boots. And they
Oh,
were
okay.
High,
Mhm.
right? And they were good quality American lager boots. And
Oops.
and I tied them all the way up to the top.
Now I know what that
And I
means.
tied them tight, not realizing that as I'm climbing a pole, it's rubbing
Mhm.
right here, and it
Right.
rubbed a big bubble into my leg, like a skin bubble that broke, and then it was just raw skin. So I took a piece of I didn't want to go back to the underground, so I was wrapping towels around.
Oh, wow.
Because the climbers go around up here and around your ankles,
Mhm.
and it's just this. You have to get used to the psychological being 60 feet in the air on this little piece of
Right,
metal.
right.
That's all that's holding you.
Shay's not talking into the mic enough.
I know.
No, I know.
I know it doesn't compare, but I'm obviously a chubby guy and
Obviously.
I don't see a gym very often unless I'm driving past it, right? I've been doing some side work with my brother-in-law who's a plumber, and we've been lifting boilers up and down stairs on the weekend.
Mhm.
And when you do it, you're like, this is hard. But the next day, you feel like you fell off a cliff.
Yep.
So it's probably kind of the same thing as what you're talking about.
It's very similar because like I said, there are guys that I went to school with that were gym rats.
Mhm.
You know, they're like, yeah, I could do this. I've been in the gym. They're fucking jacked. They're like monsters. and then they climb, and 2 days later, they're like, man, I'm fucking hurting. I'm hurting. If it's easier for them because they're in the gym all day.
But aren't they heavier with the muscle and stuff?
It's not heavier. They're strong enough to pick up their own weight, so it's not the
Oh,
heavier.
okay.
It's just when you're using as you climb, you're using everything from your fingertips all the way down to your toes,
Right.
your ankles, all of in your legs. Your arms are holding you as you go up, and then when you get to that, then psychologically, like I said, you get to the top of a pole, and you have to realize, okay, am I safe up here?
Because there's those things on your leg, don't they hook onto it so they're holding you?
What's that?
Didn't you say the climbing things that you have?
Yeah,
They-
the gaffs.
they hook on.
Yeah, they're little spikes of metal this big,
Yeah.
and they go into the pole, the wooden pole.
and then you don't need your arms technically, but of course you think you do, right? Because that's
well,
holding.
you need your arms to guide yourself.
Okay.
Then when you're going up over things, you need your
Mhm.
arms to kind of pull yourself up so you can get your gaff in
Right.
the next pole and then pull up again.
Oh, wow.
Most of it's legs, but a lot of it is arms. And then when you're, everything that goes on a pole, cross arms, cutouts, all of that stuff, that's heavy. That's all
Right,
arms.
right.
While your legs are holding you steady. Sometimes poles are leaning, and now your body wants.
Yeah,
to
you're hoping
fight.
that one wire that's holding it's gonna fucking survive when you're up it.
What's that?
The one wire that's holding it in place. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's the other thing. There's poles in the backyard. I've been in poles in the backyard of South Orange where I get on the pole and it goes.
you're like, oh shit.
I'm like, all right, the whole thing's going.
Yeah.
But
How many
I
times
don't
have you
do
climbed up and then realized you forgot some fucking tools or something you
no,
needed?
I don't climb up with
Oh.
them because there's always somebody on the ground. I got to.
Oh, they just
so I
pull
climb
'em
up.
up?
I climb up with a rope.
Ah,
And then I
okay.
tie the rope to the bucket and I pull whatever I need
Ah.
to me, and then send it down and pull.
Can you imagine how much that would have sucked if you fucking went all the way up and you fucking forgot
Well,
that one
that's
pair of pliers?
Well, climbing sucks, so that's the idea behind baseball. Reach out and catch that ball because if you don't, you got to climb back down,
Right.
get the ball, climb back up, and then do it all over again. And not it was hard. They had an obstacle course where it was up and down 5 times, up down this pole, which was a plane.
It's
pole.
boot camp. It's really what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fucking boot camp.
kind of like
It's
a boot camp,
practice,
and
yeah.
it weeds out the people who can't
Think
do
they
it.
can do it.
It weeds out the people who can't do it. That's for sure. I mean, they were having, and then there was 1 or 2 instructors there that were like, "All right, take it easy on these guys. We need linemen. Like you're beating on them, and we're needing them. Like they're quitting now just because they can't do it, which is hard enough, but they're quitting because you're a dick."
We did something a little
Just
bit like
stop
that,
doing
but
it.
it was all, we did the underground stuff in England when I worked for the cable company. We used to pull all the cables, and that was fucking harder than anyone even thinks it is trying to pull cables.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
three,
what
and,
Anthony-
3.5 miles of cable in the street though, under the sidewalk.
Yeah, and now picture the cable being like this.
Yeah, no, these were cable TV wires, but
We
there,
have what's
but there
called-
was 30 of them in the pipe.
We have these big buckets when I was in the underground. When you're trying to push cable through a duct
Mhm.
and it's going 150 feet, but it's this big,
Right.
we have what's called sperm. It's just a big bucket of white, like grease, but it looks like sperm. It looks like goop, and you just
Looks like spunk lube.
That
you
loosens it.
slather up the hole, and then you slather up the cable, and you shove it through, and you keep putting more on as you need it because cable don't want to go through.
And I'd imagine when it's that thick, it's very straight. If there's a kink in that pipe or anything, it's going to get stuck on everything.
Get stuck on
It's gonna
every
get
little
stuck on
thing,
everything. Yeah.
So,
Do you
but
do you
now,
snakes
now,
and shit?
now I'm inside doing computers. Now I have 7 monitors in front of me, and I run the bulk electric for 13 states.
That's cool.
5 or 6 clicks of a mouse, I could put out 5 states.
Again?
Don't tell anyone that.
Yeah, again, I know. Again,
Don't tell that. Fucking the Russians will be at your house.
well, you know the funny
kidnapping
thing
your
is,
wife.
it is a secure facility. You can't get on it. You can't even get into the parking lot. There's like a buzz in, buzz out, but there's bollards, there's a gate,
Yeah.
and then there's a guard shack. To get in the door, I have to buzz in, buzz out. In the control room that I work in, I have to buzz in and buzz out. Like
Right.
they know everywhere I'm moving.
Yeah.
If you go there, like when I first got there, I was when I went to this department, which is in Bridgewater, I was with the company 24 years already. And
They still
they
didn't trust
still
you.
did a background check
Yeah.
to where until that background check came back, I had to be escorted. I'm like, I work here. If I have to go to the bathroom, they have to walk down with me.
Right.
And not into the bathroom with me, but they had to walk me. Like I have to.
Ah,
finish
you
my job.
ruined the fantasy.
Well, that's what I
Wait.
said.
Now in England, are the lines run? Are they all run under the ground? Like is that?
They're on the left side of the road.
No, electricity is all on the poles.
Oh, it's on the
Cable
poles and
TV is
cables.
under the ground.
How come they didn't switch over?
What about the
Yeah.
satellites?
They're in the sky.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah.
I-
No, they're in the water.
Yeah.
I would
They're in the
think you'd want
water.
to have underground. I would think.
Well, underground is triple the cost
Uh,
of overhead. And
Yeah,
it
because we had
is
to pay a
also-
company to put the pipe in that you put the cable in before you. Put
Oh,
the cable
absolutely!
in.
It's triple the
Yeah.
cost, and
We did that
then
with cable.
and then it's also triple the time when something goes wrong.
True.
Because if something goes wrong in a cable between poles and it splits, I can go out and put it back together in an hour.
Right.
If it's underground, I have to find it, and then once I do find, which could take hours, and then once I do find it, now I have to pull that whole piece out, pull a whole new piece in, and then splice both ends in each hole. That takes days. It could take a day or two. Whereas I could find a piece of wire up in the air down.
It's just
take it
hanging.
out.
It's obvious, right?
Just be done.
Yeah, see, I'm just thinking like, so it's been a lot, very windy, like where I live, and
Mhm.
just all throughout. And so you're having like changes. I'm not saying like climate controller and shit like that, but you're having adjustments in the wind patterns, which affects the poles.
Right.
Right. So that's where I'm wondering, like, if you're starting to get more collateral damage, sort of as you're seeing adjustments in, the weather and.
Well, our stuff is built. Most stuff is built, not just ours. JCP&Ls. I work for PSC&G, but JCP&Ls. It's all built to withstand a
Certain amount,
Yeah.
right?
like regular winds, big high winds. So 90% of the time, our wires never fall down. Our poles never come down. 95% of the time, it's trees.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Oh,
knocks
I
it
love
down.
trees. Don't cut my trees. Okay,
Yeah.
well, when the limb comes down and breaks the wire,
Are they paying for it?
they don't pay for it. But they're, oh, my power's out. Yeah, because you wouldn't let me cut the tree. Oh, but we love trees. Okay,
Dude, every time
then
there's
you
a storm,
can't
the
have power.
transformer end of my street blows up.
It's
I-
probably
never a wire
overload.
down. If they've replaced it, I shit you not, like maybe 10 times in the last 5 years. Because you'll see a flash and a cracking
Well,
noise,
then
and
you
then all
know
the
what?
fucking street goes.
Then that tells me how many transformers are on your street
Just the one at the end of it.
and how many houses are on your street.
One in his
14.
house.
It's overloaded.
Is that what it is?
It's overloaded.
We don't
It's
use-
probably
use
it's
dead
overloaded.
names, so
It's
we don't-
probably a
we don't
50
exist.
kVA transformer, which holds
Yeah.
8 to 10 houses comfortably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
14
it's
on it.
14 houses.
And yours houses are somewhat
Pretty
you're
they're
larger size.
3 to
houses,
4
right?
bedrooms. At
I
least.
tell you what, I spent all my time I spent 13 years in Newark and Essex County and all that. And I would go down streets and see they still had 110, a 3-family house with a air conditioner in every friggin' window
Right.
on
Wow.
110 still. I'm like, how does this? And there's this old friggin' something transformer that was put up in like 1968 that's still in and
It's
working.
barely holding together.
Barely holding together, but it's
That's
still in and
crazy.
working.
Yeah.
Still in and working. It's like, holy shit.
You know what? The old shit
That's
was
because they
more
built them
reliable,
better back
Yeah,
then.
they did.
They did. They did.
Dude, TVs, your old TV, when in the 60s and 70s, it lasted 20 fucking years.
Uh-huh.
These TVs, 3 years they're done.
Uh-huh.
And they,
True.
Yeah, but the technology's better in 3 years, so it's almost worth it.
I don't,
Yeah.
when I
That's-
worked,
And they're actually the same price as they were 50 years ago.
when I worked at an electronic company, we actually had 2 or 3 camcorder models ahead, but we waited to sell out that one before we did the next one. So we knew it was the cycle of a TV was 3 years.
Yeah.
But they built them to last fucking 20 years back in the day
Yeah.
when they were in the big wooden box that you had
Uh-huh.
to 8 people to move out.
And
your
When it was
way.
my furniture,
and that
yeah.
was
Yeah,
just,
furniture.
and that was just to have the tube.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, my grandparents had the friggin' Zenith, the console TV,
Yeah.
the big one with the speakers in the side and I think what was the big TV at the time? 24-inch
Yeah.
color TV. The 24-inch with the big speakers. It was like a fucking
Did you
cabinet.
have the record player and all that shit in there too?
It didn't have the
Oh.
record player. That's like a Grundig.
Yeah, remember that?
But you know what
fucking
it did have? The phone.
thing? Did it really?
Which amazingly was enough. It would the remote control for the TV.
Was
The
it
phone-
wired?
It was wired
Yeah.
to the house phone,
Mhm.
and it would go to the back of the TV. When the phone would ring, the TV would go off, and it would just go up there. Phone, and then you would hit the remote and talk through the TV. Which in 1975,
Yeah, that's
76
pretty-
was like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have a
holy
remote.
shit.
Just have a remote.
Just have a
alone.
remote that
It's always
was
on a
one
wire,
button.
That was either my mom or my job, but as a kid, I was the remote. I had to get up and change the channel. That was like, my mom had double duty though, because she was also the antenna because of the plate in her head. So she'd be by the fucking TV. It was like, no, you got to put your arm up. And
Put your arm up. Stand on one foot.
yeah,
Now
You know
hop
what
up
you
and
gotta
down.
do though? When your wife goes to sleep, you need to get a second remote control. John Hollywood.
Yeah.
it's even less funny when you say
I
it.
know,
Yeah,
I
I was gonna say.
can't do his voice.
Good. We don't need to.
I know.
Like anyone knows. Like
Yeah.
They all know the joke. Well, you might not.
Like no one else.
So my
Yeah.
dad called me. He goes, "You need 2 things. You
All
need
right, shut up.
30 pairs of underwear and
Stop
a second
stealing
remote
jokes.
control."
You bail on shows for him, and then you steal his jokes. What's wrong with you, Paul?
You bailed on
You're a
the show.
buggerer.
You bailed on the show.
Can you believe that? It was shows that you could produce too.
The last thing I saw of Johnny Hollywood was Pizzagate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Fucking
Wait,
pizza.
time out.
Thing
Speaking
is,
of,
all I saw him go.
I fucked up so bad on that. You know that, right?
That was my fucking
What's that?
pizza.
wait, you got to tell her because I'll ruin it.
I got 8 million views in total across TikTok and Instagram, and Reddit was the biggest one.
What for her?
That whole
was
thing.
fake.
Her
Reddit.
outburst.
But
Yeah.
stupid me put it on my wrong Reddit account. So-
But wait, no, wait. But tell him who talked about it.
It was on Rogan 2 days
Oh,
ago.
I heard that.
And Legion
I
of
heard
Like I
that.
said, Legion of Skanks did it a lot because
Yeah,
the kid,
I heard.
the kid that was talking sense to her used to be their intern on Legion of Skanks, and then it was on the bonfire on
Yeah.
Sirius XM. I haven't
Because
heard it.
Big J was on both. So
Yeah.
I
yeah.
heard Big J talking about it.
Yeah.
It's only a split second. He just said some.
He only
Chinese lady.
mentioned it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chinese lady throwing pizza,
I
that
just
was
recently saw an Asian comic at a shitty open mic.
Right.
Throwing around a pizza
That was
and
it,
getting
though.
mad
That's
and
all-
throwing shit.
yeah.
That's all he said. He
Yeah,
mentioned it.
No, that clip I've seen.
But yeah, I don't.
And it's John Holliday, as we all know, is the king of fucking stupid credits. Now his credit is Blair's Pizza got thrown, but he's the dude. No.
That was your pizza.
That
Yeah,
was
it was
his
my
pizza.
pizza.
That's probably why. You know what's funny? I thought he was being quiet.
He was looking
Now,
at porn on his
now
phone.
I know it wasn't
Yeah.
his pizza.
He was
I know-
watching porn on his phone.
Did you notice that when all the whole thing was going on about when he pushed and then the girl went to throw the chair, didn't even look up? So you know he was looking at porn. It was
Yeah.
only out the corner of his eye when she came.
When the
for
pizza was
for the
in
pizza.
jeopardy.
All you see is that. And I don't
The
think-
free pizza that he left them.
But the people, after he did that, you just see him go like this. Just he goes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they just stole his wallet.
Yeah, but
See how many memes there are of that shit now? Just
Oh,
of John
I know.
Hollywood with the pizza.
Yeah, but Hollywood likes the Asians.
Me and you made him famous again.
famous.
You didn't make
the
him famous.
pizza, and I fucked up.
No,
Again?
nobody still knows who he is.
I
Yeah.
should have put my
Yeah,
I should have put my fucking name in the corner of that video, like I do on every video ever. That was the one.
But this time you didn't.
because I had to get it out so quick.
Right.
It was a case of being the first guy to get that out, and then, dude, it blew up. It's millions and millions of views on Reddit.
So Impractical Jokers and Pizza Thrower are Hollywood's two credits.
Pizza
Yes.
stealer, pizza owner, that got
Pizza
stolen.
Town.
Yeah.
Pizza Reactor, maybe.
Pizza Gate.
That was
What
actually
is
good
what
pizza.
is she doing?
No, that's
What
gonna
is
bring a
she-
whole
She
new
quit
meaning.
comedy now because her boyfriend said it's too dangerous. But you know she was on this show, right?
because she's too dangerous.
She must have the best pussy.
We had her on. We had her on here.
Oh,
She
she's-
videoed
I
it.
was I got her on there, and she said everybody else had to pay her for an interview, but because she knew me, which is crap, because I knew her for like fucking 10 seconds.
Everybody has to pay her for an interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
We were the only one that wouldn't. And
All
then
right,
she's
yeah,
like,
thanks anyway.
she's like to me, I don't know if I want to be on it, have a bit of a sore throat. I can only talk for a couple of minutes, and I'm like, oh, we don't care. What was it like? Fucking 80 minutes later, she was still. She's all
Oh,
done.
it was about like 25 minutes later.
She's like the whole kick is that everybody was racist, just in general, not just against Chinese people. But then she spent 20 minutes talking about how smelly fucking Indian people are.
Yeah. All right. Stop Asian hate
That
is all I'm
was-
saying.
Yep.
You should watch that
The
interview. You're gonna be
hypocrisy
like,
runs thick.
that
right?
chick is so off of medication. It's
And
unreal.
did she have a blanket over her head?
Yeah.
She was like under a blanket on a
Yeah.
bed talking. On
It
the
was
podcast.
ridiculous.
I was
Some
tossing
people-
oranges trying to catch them in my mouth.
It's like,
so-
what are you, the fucking Yoko Ono of comedy?
Yeah,
you're all
basically.
weird and avant-garde. It's not going to help because you're not funny, you're loud, you're stupid, and nobody wants to hear you.
And you're not banging John Lennon, so you
Thanks-
got that
yeah,
out of the way.
Here's the
So-
crazy part about that. One kid recorded a bit of that happening from a different angle, and it was a shitty video. And he was being a dick about giving it to me because I just wanted to see it at that point. Then the good video was her. She had an assistant come and video her set. So that
Because
good
she had
video,
an assistant.
that video was that assistant left with the dog and a coat. She booked out of there after that.
She had a little puppy.
Yeah, she brought a
Like,
puppy.
yeah,
if you look
like
on
a
that video
ladder
right at the
routine.
end, actually 2 different points of the video, the camera pans for a second and there's a dog sitting on the table.
Scared.
It's like looking like it shit itself. But then she posted the video. She put that she missed a bit in the middle out. There's a clip that is actually on the other video that I accidentally put back together and posted.
Accidentally?
Yeah, accidentally.
Accidentally.
Yes, accidentally. Yeah. And yeah, well, she's like, call the cops and all this. And fuck you, call the
Yeah,
cops.
call the cops.
Yeah, but there
Call
was
my
more of it.
husband, Call my husband.
There was more of it. It jumped on the video she posted. For some reason, she cut that little bit out. But every bit, but as soon as she posted it, gloves were off with me because I knew exactly where to put it. You know, but like an asshole, I didn't put my
Right.
name on it.
Or
I could have gone on.
or
Skanks
post
for that.
under your main name.
You know what it is? I stopped using that because I got banned for posting some shit. I
Right.
didn't even know that the No Filter Paul Reddit account was still valid. But then afterwards, I went back and I'm like, you know, like when
You know, this would have been so much easier if I did this.
You know the one time I fucked up like this before? Do you remember back on O&A when
No.
when
that was a long time ago. I don't remember
when
it.
Anthony got fired?
No, I don't remember. It was so
I'm
long
gonna tell you
ago.
what happened. So when Anthony got fired,
It's like
we were,
20 years ago.
we were
No.
at Anthony's house and I've interviewed Bobo, and Bobo was saying that Opie's failing at radio now because Anthony's gone, and I posted that, and then it got on all the shows. And I put it on the wrong fucking YouTube channel, and it got millions of hits. And then that YouTube channel got bulleted. If I'd have put it on mine, it probably would have still been
How did the channel get bullied?
bulleted, killed, broken, taken.
Why?
down.
What happened?
Normal stuff. You know how I
Oh,
roll.
you
know how
yeah.
I roll.
All right.
It
could be a million things, yeah. So Paul being Paul. Got it.
Dude, I got a 30-day ban on Facebook a couple of months ago for a picture that a year ago I got warning for, and I contested and I won. And then a year later, the same post Now I get a 30-day ban for it, and I'm just writing back to this kid in Guatemala that's working on Facebook. Like you guys said this was okay a year ago. No, we're not accepting the appeal, and I couldn't go in groups. I couldn't post bullshit everywhere. Such a good time for.
It was a good month.
Yeah, it was a good month for everybody.
It was a good one for everyone.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that month.
That's like somebody says, "Oh man, I was away for 2 weeks on vacation. You were away?" I
Yeah.
didn't notice.
Yeah, when
I
was
thought it was kind of quiet.
I didn't know you were off Facebook. When was
That's a while. It was a couple months ago. Did you guys see Victor Ponti on Cops?
No, you did. You're the only one that fucking hacks Cop to watch fucking unreleased episodes. You're the only fucking maniac that does that.
Was he arrested?
Well, here's what I'll give you.
Yeah, you got to give us. You can't just say that and then not talk about it.
He was filmed for Cops 2 times. One time he didn't get a ticket, and the second time he did get a ticket. In the titles, because when the new series started, about 12 point something seconds into the titles, is a picture of him on the back of a scooter going like this. Oh my god! And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, I fucking know who that is, because he goes to Key West and he dresses as Rocky.
Yeah.
And he's got a permit for like street entertainer, and he takes pictures, and he's making $500-600 a day just walking around there, and he's got a little scooter, which I didn't know about until I watched Cops. And I get to episode 2. He's driving down the middle of the road doing this, waving at everybody, and there's a fucking chief of police is behind him in the cop car. And he's like, look at this fucking retard. He just ran a stop sign, went through a red light, and they pulled him over. And he does this whole spiel. He's like, I'm a stand-up comic. I came from New Jersey. I came down here. My girlfriend was being a bitch. So when she was getting dressed, I went to the comedy club and said I'm a comic, and they gave me a spot. And now I'm a street performer. I love it. He just did this whole spiel that you've heard him. If you ever met him?
No, I don't think so.
You're
I know
better
the
off.
name. I know the name, but I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
You're better off.
He's very good at. He steals more jokes than Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But on a positive note, he'll tell you he did.
So he talks his way out of the thing, but then I talked to him because the bit that was in the titles. It's only like a second, but it's not the same scene.
Mhm.
It's not the one that was in episode 2.
Yeah.
So when I called him, I said, "Why am I seeing you on Cops? What the fuck am I seeing you on Cops for?" I'm like sitting there all jealous that now he's got a bit of fucking time.
All right, now he has a good credit.
Yeah, I know. Hey, he can use that as a credit. If you're on Cops for 3.5 minutes, that's a valid credit.
Yes.
No, if you do this on a copy of episode of Impractical Jokers, that's literally John Hollywood's credit.
Listen, I keep telling Ennis he should use his fucking being on Conan O'Brien bit as a credit.
Was he in the crowd?
No, he was there working backstage. He was a stagehand, and he had to push out Mini Jay Leno for the special that they did with Jay Leno.
So he has
His arm was in the scene,
it's just
pushing
his
him
arm?
out. Yeah, just his arm. He was in the fucking show. Is all I'm saying.
Was it longer than this?
Yes.
Then it's a valid credit.
I mean, at least as long.
Dude, I was on the Graham Norton. I was on the Graham Norton show. It's a British.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. It's a
I
British.
love Graham Norton.
Yes, I was on the Graham Norton show when it was on America in Comedy Central. I was on that, but they cut most of my shit out.
That makes sense.
But the TV company, I found someone there that got me the tape. of my
Because
bit.
that's what you do.
So that's a credit. I was.
Now, what were you on for?
He did
Because
this.
he doesn't typically have nobodies on. So what were you doing?
Very
on
funny.
there? No, I'm saying
someone that knew me.
Don't take this the wrong way.
Someone
You're in a
knew
room
me-
full of nobodies.
No,
I'm not getting on the Graham Norton show.
Yeah, no.
So what are you doing on there?
Someone knew me from O&A,
Right.
but actually it might have been before that. Or
But O&A wasn't huge over there.
No, this was the American series on Comedy Central that Graham Norton did. He did 2 seasons of an American show.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was on with the chick that was married to Tom Cruise, not Nicole Kidman, the next one.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes was on it. John Voight was on it. And
Wow, she hated you so much she started dating Jamie Foxx.
But
No, the other
Oh my
guy.
God,
Who
this
was
British
the-
guy sucks. I'm
who was-
out of here.
who was
Jamie
the-
Foxx, get over here.
Who was the guy that she dated before Cruise?
The
Har-
Dawson.
Harnett? Josh Harnett?
Josh Hartnett.
Actor?
Okay.
Yeah, those two.
I know they
right?
dated, but
what
all
they
right.
did is they had a few of us on there, and they digitally removed my hair, so I was bald. And then they put my picture on the screen,
And not your face.
and they had 4 different haircuts,
Right.
and these 3 celebrities had to pick which haircut was me. And then I walked out. They said hello, and I think the reason that I got most of it booted out of it was they couldn't figure out which one it was, which is bizarre because if the clip's on YouTube, but if you saw the hair, you're like, there's only one it can be. These are so far fetched.
I only see one Lego hairdo up
One
there.
of them, one of them makes me look like fucking PJ Morton's fucking haircut.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So Josh Hartnett got up and went like this to where I was backstage, and then he came back and he goes, "This is the one with the black hair." Yeah, so I
now-
think
Wow, that must have been a long time
now
ago.
Yeah.
why-
You haven't had dark hair in a while. It
I've only
looks
married
like.
for a year or two.
Too bad you weren't looking that way when you were telling the story, so we didn't have to hear that. Jesus Christ.
Well, your ears don't work if someone's facing the other way.
No, you're away from the microphone.
Yeah.
It was better until you actually told. It was great. Like I was like, holy shit, Grant Norton, until you actually told what you did. That was
It
actually.
doesn't
that
matter.
was like-
But it was minutes.
All
It
right,
wasn't
Hollywood.
fucking.
yeah, okay, Hollywood.
But if you want to get technical, I was on fucking ABC,
so
CBS,
he
Fox.
interviewed you, Graham Norton.
There was very little, this is Paul Field and this is, it's
Oh, so
more-
not no filter, Paul.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah, no. I don't think No Filter Paul existed then. I think it was right. It might have been a year or two before I got on.
Okay.
I knew Jimmy from when they got fired in
Right.
2002. So this I would say was 2003. So it was while they were off the air. So it was around then. So, but yeah, someone knew me from somewhere, and I got a call, and they said, "Hey, we're looking for a couple of people." There was 4 of us, and they only had 3 of them. So whatever. But it was cool. I got
Yeah,
they like
no,
we
that's
don't
cool.
they like we
That's
don't
cool.
normally
I can
give
tell you
the
right now, if they called me, I'd do it too.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I've been on a lot of shit. I can't even remember most of it, but I'm in probably kind of like what his son's on. He gets all the edition news and shit and emails
Yeah.
and stuff. I'm on the one for stupid shit on reality shows.
That
So
makes
I get,
sense.
I get all these things like we're looking for 3 guys that climb poles for electricity company
Yeah,
to come
yeah.
on.
3 guys who go to Blair's house
win
tonight.
$1 million.
With
Dude,
polls.
every week I get those, but nearly all of them it says you have to be visiting or live in Southern California.
Yeah,
Nearly
a
all of
lot
them.
of them are
Yeah.
placed out there.
Like the Survivor,
I get a lot of to do
I get them every other day.
I get emails to do
Animal porn.
No, that's emails. That's
So that's
every
phone
day.
calls.
That's every day.
No, those are videos to his inbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me.
Remember that one you said?
Speaking of clip of the week.
Clip of the week. You guys like kangaroos? Anyway, no, extra work.
Oh, I get that from the GWCP.
The
whatever.
GWIC
Yeah, I get
people,
that.
I get that constantly.
Yeah.
Grant
But it's
Whiffley?
always during the week.
I can't remember what the company is. Yeah, it's always
Grant
You
Whitley.
always have to
Yeah,
go.
Grant Whiffley.
Grant Whitley.
Yeah,
I know them.
I didn't know
I get it all the time, but it's always during the week.
Yeah, and you have to
Like,
go
I'm
one
not-
day
I'm
and,
not
and
gonna
just pick
take-
clothes, and then you have to go the next day and film
Well,
it.
that's
Yeah.
the whole thing. Is it's too much time right
If you didn't
now.
work
If you didn't work, you could make a
during
living out of
COVID,
that.
it was good.
If you didn't-
I
if you didn't-
nearly
if-
got on a few things.
if you
during
weren't a
COVID.
productive person of society and didn't have a job, you could do that for a living.
Yeah.
Because they
But
do pay.
there's some people that are doing it. But so my son gets a lot of the same emails. but-
Sheridan Nick does it.
No, but so what happens with him? He'll get some of the stuff, but for the fittings, because he's union, he gets paid for his trip into the city too.
right,
for the
right.
No,
fitting.
they do pay by the
They-
hour for that.
yeah, they'll pay the
nearly
scale.
all-
They'll
They
say
don't
the
always
SAG
they don't
is-
always pay for the sitting though if you're
They
not
don't
union.
always pay for that, but the SAG is usually covered.
Yeah,
But not always.
right.
Oh, nearly all the ones I see on there. it
But there
says
was a
SAG,
couple of
not
things
SAG
that I
covered.
was
Right,
there
that's
was
the
a couple of
problem.
things. There was a couple of things I was
You can't
interested
do
in,
that,
but I
right?
couldn't
No.
do it because they're like, "Well, you got to be here at Tuesday at 11 p.m. in Parsippany," and I'm like, "Well, I'll be at work then." So
During COVID, there was 4 steps: test, fitting, test, show up,
yeah.
test, go back the next day. So it was like it would turn into a whole week.
Yeah.
And you'd make like $400 for the day. But I think because they have COVID test, they had to pay you by the hour.
Right.
Basically, as soon as you left your house, because otherwise no one's going to go. Who's going to fucking
Yeah.
work for $400 for a
I
fucking week and
made-
a half?
When I did the Fisher King, it was like 1990, 99, 90, and it was like $65.
I remember seeing your hand that time.
$65 to fucking dance around Grand Central Station all night with a beautiful.
Did you see
blonde
yourself
girl.
on it though?
Never.
I thought we saw your hand that
Never.
day.
No.
Do you know where you were? Because I can probably find you a nice 4K print of that you can see if you can.
So
find
here's the
yourself.
thing. Years later, a friend of mine that I hadn't seen since high school
That's
called
your
me
ass.
and said, "That is not my ass on those pictures." No, a friend of mine called me who I haven't seen in a few years, and he said, "Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you do this movie? Were you in this movie?" And I said, "Yeah, I was an extra." And he said, "Okay," because he had the laser disc. Remember when laser discs were
The
popular?
quality of
for
those
20
is nice at
fucking
the
minutes.
time. Yeah.
Well, apparently on the laser disc,
So an
there's a
extra.
making of. And
Did he ever give it to you?
no, because I don't have a laser. I never had a laser disc player.
But you
those
have
things
copies
came
of
out-
laser
Those
disc
things
stuff.
were like beta. You know
All right.
what I
So
mean?
my next project is to find the making of the Fisher King.
The making of
King?
the Fisher King.
Yeah.
He called me and said, "I'm staring at your face. I'm pretty sure it's you. Did you do this?" And I said,
Well,
"Yes."
the fact you knew what
I
movie
said,
it was.
"I'm not in the movie." Well, that's the thing. He was watching the movie, and he paused it on me, and he was watching the movie, and he said, "I'm watching." The
Wait a
Fisher
minute.
King."
I just saw
So were
Shay.
you in the making, or he saw the making, then he knew where you were in the movie
I know
what
where
happened?
I am in the movie,
Okay.
but in the movie itself, I'm not in it.
that you've seen?
That the editing that I've seen.
But I'm saying you got to get
But
the
I-
4K
but-
one.
No.
Because John Conte was in The Sopranos, and he told me what frame he was in, and I looked on the fucking 4K print, and I'm like, Really?
Yeah, no,
I'm not saying he's a liar. I just didn't fucking
no,
see it.
I rented the movie, the disc, the VHS, because this was still back when VHS came. And I
Just not the laser
I
disc.
paused it, stopped, paused, stopped, rewind,
I'll
pause.
give you
I
the
did
4K
this.
print though.
I
It's
did
better.
this.
It's gonna be better than that.
It's going to be better, but I still haven't seen myself. It's like it's basically what my job was.
But you knew where you should be.
So, well, here's the thing. My job was with 400 other people to dance around Grand Central Station in a circle while Robin Williams is going through the crowd. He ever see The Fisher King?
Long time ago.
It's fucking phenomenal.
Is it FISCHER or FISCHER?
FISCHER, or it might be Fisher
I'm
FISHER.
looking.
But we had to dance around, and Robin Williams he's a homeless guy who's nuts in the head, and he likes Amanda Plummer, who's this mousy little woman who works. And now she goes to work every day. She walks through Grand Central Station. So as he's following her, in his mind, all these commuters just start waltzing, and there's a disco ball, and they're just dancing around him as he's making his way through the crowd.
What's that?
Everyone's just dancing, and he hears the music. We filmed in the middle of the night
The
at Grand
Fisher
Central
King.
Station. They put lights in the window so it looked like daytime. And I got there at like 6 p.m., left at 6 a.m., and it was fucking phenomenal. I got paid $65. I got to dance with. I met Robin Williams, I met Amanda Plummer, and I met Terry Gilliam, who directed, who was part of Monty Python.
Yeah.
So I had a fantastic.
Do you know Monty Python? You're familiar with them?
I
You know their work?
I got all their autographs.
But he called me out of nowhere and said, "I'm looking right at you on the TV, and I'm pretty sure it was you." So I had to call you and find out.
Did he send you like a photo of it, or was it too
No,
long
this
ago?
this was he called me on the phone. This was back when there were no cell phones. Don't forget that came out in '92.
91.
Ask me a question.
91.
If we get hold of that laser disc, it's probably on there, right?
He said he had the laser disc portion, and on the laser disc portion was a making of The Fisher King, and I'm in that. So I have not found that.
But Paul has a new mission.
Yes, I do.
Well, he's good with that shit.
Yeah.
If you can find it, that'd be great. But he saw me, and he didn't know I did it. So apparently I was clear as day.
I was gonna say he sees you on the movie that you were in. Is pretty.
He
good.
saw me in
That's
the
what
movie
I'm
that I
saying.
was in without knowing I was in it.
Right. So I mean,
So, and I knew, like, I bumped into Robin Williams as we were walking around. So I knew at one point, but I also think they did it over 2 nights.
Right.
And then, of course, edited
they
it.
just take the best shot of each thing.
Yeah. So they,
How they usually do.
making of, there would be, the scenes from the 2 nights. I danced with this beautiful fucking girl. And this kid, Ernie, who I met while I was there, because there's a lot, as you know, there's a lot of sitting around.
Yeah.
Hours
The
of it.
food was delicious and a lot of sitting around. So I met this kid, Ernie, who I swear to God looked just like fucking young Tom Cruise. And I said, he's going to go far because he wants to be an actor and he looks just like Tom Cruise. And I have not heard of him since. I've not seen him any, that's just what,
Who, Tom
35
Cruise?
years ago? Tom Cruise. I heard of this kid, Ernie. He's doing Mission Impossible. But he's under a new
Ernie's
name.
still, yeah.
He's under a new name. Thomas Craze? I don't know.
Ernie Cruz.
Ernie Cruz. I can't remember. But I danced all night with a blonde girl. It was fucking hot as hell.
All right. Speaking of, so while he's typing right now, I am going to play this quick video
God.
of Hollywood's new short.
By the way, he took credit for writing and filming this. I didn't even know. It makes it worse, the fact he actually took credit for writing this.
Okay.
I thought it was cute.
Pause it for 1 second.
All right, guys.
Just pause 1 second.
So,
Listen carefully for somebody says something and then someone in the audience shouts out, now say the N word. And I don't think that was meant to be in the edit because somebody shouted out, now say the N word.
mine is put your hands together for the next act.
It's cute.
You got it?
Oh, the whole crowd's in there.
We got it. All right, good. All right.
Let's give a round of applause for this next comedian.
That's not it. Next.
Put your hands together for the next ass. I know her well.
All right, everybody, let's put thingies.
Put
This is terrible.
No, leave it going. It's work.
Why are you asking me to watch this?
Because it's terrible. Who said it was cute? Was that you?
Yeah.
It's brutal.
I like the idea of what they're going for,
Yeah,
but it's terribly executed.
No, it gets worse.
I thought it was meant to be.
All right, I can't. I
It should
can't.
also, it
Look,
should,
typical Hollywood shot there. 2 people on a table and empty
Yeah.
chairs. I told him, I said, why didn't
it should also be probably stopped right where it was at a minute.
Yeah.
It looked like it was 2 more minutes long. That's
That's
way
no
too
need-
much,
no
yeah.
need for that.
All right.
I thought it was supposed to be campy. To be honest, that's what I thought. I thought they were trying to go for something.
It should have been in the
campy.
camp on Friday the 13th. Is where it should have been.
But I'm saying like, and that's why you got that point taken away. All right.
Oh, come on. That was okay.
I'm not saying that's just another example of why.
I thought it was good.
I blacked out.
Fine, I'm going to stop looking for this for Shay now. Thanks to you.
Air British accent. I just black out.
All right. So I don't know. Did you see this video from that Paul sent us?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't know it was. I sent you a meme of it. I think.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
maybe it was it. I
The
don't know.
first joke she does is fucking great.
Coming to the stage, I'm telling y'all, this is where y'all get my best weed from. Y'all give it up for Saffron Herndon.
Oh, this is the young girl.
Yeah.
Is this this is the girl who says
Don't say it because that's the first joke.
how old is she? 14?
10.
A little too old for Paul, but close.
Swear on my online daters ad. It is tough life dating online. Every time I meet someone online, they end up in jail.
I mean, that's just fair. But that's all I know about her comedy. Is that joke?
It's pretty good. There's a couple more that I
She's
like
10
better.
years old with a 15-minute set.
I know.
That's more than most comics I know right now.
I know. I'm gonna look her up now.
Well, she should be 22 then. Is it 2015?
Yeah.
Ice cream.
How's
What's-
your math work? It's 2025 and she was 10.
Oh, I didn't know she was 10.
Just said that.
She said she was 10 in
So-
2015.
Yeah, well, I wasn't listening to Paul, so.
That's your
So there was a kid when I was doing stand-up in New York for a while there was a kid would come in. He was like 14 or 15 and they would give him time, but his mom had to be there.
Eddie Murphy.
And his mom knew somebody there. That's the only reason why they let him on the shows. And he wasn't bad. He was okay. He had a pretty good, but it's like an act that you can do at 14 or 15.
Well,
Eddie Murphy was
That's the
15 when his mum used to
no,
drop
I'm
him
talking
off, right?
about. I'm
Oh,
talking
same with
about,
Chappelle too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Chappelle.
no, I'm
his mom
talking
was
about
psycho.
this kid. This kid was here and he had to. His mom had to be there, but his mom knew somebody, which is what got him on the show to begin with.
Whatever works.
But he had the whole jeans and a shirt with a jacket on, and I don't think I've ever heard of him again either. But I did one or two shows with him, and then that was it.
So on the Criterion 4K, there's a 2-part documentary about the making of it called The Tale of the Fisher King, but that might be old. I mean, that might be too new. It might be something.
It would have it was on the laser disc.
No.
So whatever,
that's
what
not
I'm
yet.
saying, whenever the laser disc came out, 30 years ago,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, at least.
95, 98 maybe. I'm not even sure. I never owned one because they lasted 20 minutes. It was like
Yeah.
beta.
No, it was an hour each side, I think.
What's that?
An hour on each side, you to flip it.
Did you?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just
Would you
learned
figure
something.
a fucking disc the size
Like
of a
the Blues
plate?
Brothers.
The
Laser
disc, a
disc.
disc the size of a plate. You think that'd be able to handle the whole thing?
Lasers
Well,
was-
now it would.
Yeah, now
The technology now would be good for that.
Yeah, Max had a problem with that too.
What?
That's good
Take
stuff.
point away, please.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I know this.
That's
started
the whole.
mumbling.
I just got my points back for that one.
He's having a seizure again.
I started mumbling towards the end, and I'm like, oh, this fucking no.
Paul, if he finishes the seizure, he gets 3 points, and you have to stay
I
2 hours longer, even after we stop fucking.
I know.
Shay will be home for 2 hours sleeping.
That'd be
You
my
still have to
closer.
stay here.
That's my closer.
And you're open.
Open and close with the same joke. Hopefully, well, that's
No, that's it. Just the one joke. There's
So
nothing in the middle.
No. It's good if you can use the same joke to open and close because that means you're putting them to sleep in between.
Yeah.
I just saw Limp Bizkit in concert. They did break stuff. They opened with it and they closed with it.
Did it really?
You know, it's funny.
And they said two is better than one, and then they started singing it again.
So you
That's fair.
you two did that in the early days because the clubs would go. They would play in clubs, and they only had so many songs.
Right.
So they have to open with a song and then end with it because they're like, "Fuck, we ran out of songs. We got another 15 minutes to fill."
Yeah.
And now Bono fucking shits lyrics. Now they write 200 songs and whittle it down to 10 to put on an album.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what the fuck happened to 190 songs?
That's going to be given to you for free on Apple Music.
What did I ever mention that I fucking hate talented people? Ever mention
The
that?
Criterion Blu-ray also contains all the bonus features from Laserdisc release.
There you go.
So all I gotta do now is find a
The Criterion
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Or you can just go to Walmart and spend $12 on it and get it your fucking self.
But I don't have the way to play it.
You got a Blu-ray?
I don't have any fucking.
You have
Everything in my
Xbox?
house is digital.
Then you can probably use. Well, actually, I
I
don't
don't
know
have
if you get
Xbox.
All right.
I have a. I
Yeah,
have
the only way you're
PlayStation.
gonna get the extras. Is
I have a
on disc.
PlayStation 5,
I think I can find this in.
but it's
fucking,
the digital. It's not the
And
disc
other
one.
stuff.
In other words, I'd have to find it
Other
somewhere
means?
online that I could.
No, I
watch,
don't think you
'cause
can.
I
Extras,
have a way
normally
to play
they
it.
keep them for the discs just to make it a reason to buy the discs. So they load all the discs up with these extras that you can't find anywhere, and then people go, "Shit, I gotta buy the disc."
So now
Criterion
I
collection is
would
like
have
the-
to buy a disc player on the odd chance that
You
I would
find
actually
it.
see myself.
All right, bear with me. I've only been looking for 5 minutes. I already found out where.
Well, I think you're fucking slow.
it is. Yeah.
Because if
So
that
what
was
your wife
bec-
said.
because if that was someone's mortgage,
She said
or
I was
something-
too quick.
Yeah, well, she would know.
Yeah.
No, if that was someone's
If
mortgage,
I
or
find this
some
on eBay
com-
for $2, you're not buying it right
If that
now.
were some comedy club going under, you'd know about it 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, I know.
You'd have that shit down pat.
No, I found the documentary, but I couldn't figure out if it was a new documentary they made for the Blu-ray.
Right. There's
then it
probably
says-
a,
it
there's
says
probably
here-
a bunch of them out
It
there.
says here, along with other bonus features carried over from the Laserdiscs, including commentary and deleted scenes.
Okay.
So maybe you're in a deleted
Maybe
scene.
I'm in a deleted scene. Maybe. I know I bumped into him. I know I bumped into her.
Well, from the
And
sound
then-
of it,
and
it's a
then they
deleted
yelled,
scene.
"Cut."
That's probably what
And
they
then
deleted it.
and then they had there's a film of where everyone starts going, and he's just standing there staring. And when they yelled "cut," I ran right over to him, and he saw me coming and put his hand out.
Oh, really?
That
Robin
was-
Williams
yeah,
talking about. Okay,
yeah.
that's cool.
Wow, I remember him.
Yeah, I remember that guy. He was so fucking good.
Yeah, is he alive?
Shazbot.
Oh, he fucking died. Yeah, stupid.
And then you know who else was in it? It was Tom Waits. I didn't meet him. Though.
Yeah.
He was in the
Not a
scene-
fan.
He was in the scene that I'm
I know
in.
he is.
I
The
met
songwriter.
him like 13 years ago. Very pompous dude.
Tom Waits?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
He was like, "Oh, you know, you got to. I've been doing this so long as an actor." I'm like, what
Well,
were you?
he's-
I'm like, so what were you in? Now I knew at least one of the movies that we were in because we were at a film festival for the movie The Thing. I'm like, oh, you were in this? I'm like, I don't remember seeing you in that. And he's like, oh, you don't remember? I'm like, yeah, it wasn't that
Well,
big.
he was-
It
well,
wasn't
he's
that big of a
songwriter.
part. I was just a dick about it now
Yeah.
because he was being a dick. I was like doubling down and being a dick back to him.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
he's
he
a
wasn't
musician.
really an actor. He's a musician.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
songwriter.
Right.
But they say that he had an interview on.
I actually got his album by calling it the Z100 fucking 30
Oh,
years
really?
ago. Yeah. 40 years
He-
ago, I
he-
guess, at this
he
point.
did an interview on a talk show. It might have been Merv or Mike Douglas or one of them. I forget. Fucking years and years and years ago. And if you pull it up now, they're saying this is exactly where Heath Ledger got his idea for the Joker. Because Tom Waits has got his like cigarette in his glass, and he's like, "Yep, I wouldn't be doing that if I," he's doing all that shit. And they're like, "Wow, this was the Joker long before probably before Heath Ledger was born."
Yeah.
They say that he was probably got the idea to do that voice from the Joker was Tom Waits on a fucking interview show.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, Tom Waits, I always associate with the Pixies. Like he was one of those musicians, like he didn't know why they were famous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, first of all, he wrote Jersey Girl. Springsteen didn't write that.
Yeah,
That's like the biggest hit he knew. The biggest hit he had was written. One of the biggest hits Springsteen had was written by Tom Waits, and then Downtown Train, which made Rod Stewart not made Rod Stewart famous, but a big hit for his in the '80s. And
I
a
did
bunch
not know
of other
that.
handful of songs that he wrote. He was a prolific songwriter, and he had albums nobody really cared to listen. He wrote songs that other people sang and made hits. But then he was in that Dracula movie. He played Renfield in the Dracula movie with
Dracula
Winona
3000
Ryder,
with Liam
with-
Neeson.
with-
I mean,
with Winona Ryder. And,
oh, yeah. the-
yeah, the
and
Bram
what's the name?
Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves and Oldman. Gary
What was
Oldman
the
as
scene in
Dracula.
Gary Oldman
You
is Dracula.
said you're in Central Station or something?
Grand Central Station dancing.
No, it's that Bram Stoker's Dracula. They got made fun of for the whole Winona Ryder, Keanu Reeves thing because they're like, these two people are terrible as actors. Why do they have them in this movie? But they were the hottest thing at the
The
time.
Thomas Thing at the time. Yeah.
But and looking back, I don't think it's as terrible as they made it out to be.
No. If you watch it now,
Like
think it's good.
I think it holds up. Like I liked the movie then, and then I remembered all the hate later on. I'm like, yeah, but I like Keanu Reeves. He's not that bad. I fucking love Winona Ryder. Why would I be
what?
upset about that?
Keanu Reeves grew into his own. Point
Yeah.
Break is fucking ridiculous.
I love
it's
that
a,
movie.
No, it's a fucking ridiculous. It's a good movie. Patrick Swayze was awesome. It's got a great premise, but Keanu Reeves just over emoting with the whole. In the
I
end,
am
you've
an
got,
FBI.
You've got to go down. That's the way it's got to be. oh my God, shut up. How do you make $100 million doing the fucking Matrix when you started off like that?
Yeah, that's Shay.
That's me, Jeff Bridges. So this is the scene he follows her in.
This is a deleted
This
scene.
really translates well into the podcast.
And this is
Right.
at Central Station. Robin Williams goes in and follows her in.
Yeah, this is a deleted scene though.
This is a deleted scene?
Yeah.
All right, so what is he doing there?
No
So-
idea. That's probably why it's a deleted scene.
Yeah, because maybe to figure out
Stuff
what
is
the fuck
going
they're doing.
on.
He tries to give Robin Williams
But this is the
money.
location, right? But you said
Yeah,
you people
inside of there.
dancing?
So that part I don't know.
That's the outside there. Is that's not the inside where they all were.
So that's a deleted scene because I don't remember there being an elevator in any of it.
Now,
Yeah,
I'm
this-
watching
this
some
is a
funny
whole
stuff I
delete-
used to do back in the day. For you guys who can't see, that was really funny.
See, now right off the bat, we know that's bullshit because I'm pretty sure you've never done anything funny.
No,
But that being said, continue on.
I don't know. Just saying.
No, nobody's watching this anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
Listen,
you
for
know
the
how
tens
some guys
for
play
the tens of
poker?
us watching this,
I'm here and I'm not even watching.
Do you know how some guys play poker every Thursday night? They go out, they play poker with this is what we do. Nobody's actually watching. Nobody's doing anything.
No, the piece of ass.
Stop. Is it this scene?
Yeah. I'm wearing a suit.
he's in black.
That's the exact scene right there. I'm in a black suit.
Did you see him? He just walked by.
That's what I thought.
That could have been me.
Somebody saw your face.
Somebody saw my face directly. So this is going too fast.
Okay,
So
well,
it'd have to be a
I'll
scene
see
I'm a
that later.
believer. I'm a believer.
Like I said, that's a deleted scene though. So you might have been in the making of it. Not
It might have been in that one.
Maybe.
We'd have to slow it down. But I mean,
We will.
if it was going too fast, I don't know how he saw it.
I'm saying he must have been able to go. Oh my God, that's you. He had to at
Wait,
least see
like,
it for a second.
I seen that
For a
guy's
second,
face.
He must have seen me walking by and going, "Holy fuck!" Or I was on for longer than a second. He went, "Wait, I know that guy. Let me pause," and then called me.
But I thought it was good. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. Is this the flashlight?
Yeah, this one too.
Yeah.
Oh, because that's like a. I'm like, it's like Baron Brass Knuckles, but then that's the older.
My wife bought a sex toy.
No, it's pretty nice. This it looked like a blender, like a
It does. Put your
bullet.
dick in a blender.
I'll put it in worse places.
Although
How is
Shay,
your ex-wife?
Shay is the resident beer drinker
Okay,
here.
here's it in. Hold on. Shit.
Ugh.
I got it in quarter speed.
Oh, good.
That same scene.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, hold on.
All right, talk about our shit while I'm fucking.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Shay,
Yes.
sorry I made you bang a fat chick.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks, beer.
Thanks, beer. Thanks, beers.
I'm trying to think if I ever banged a fat chick. Beer.
No, which one? We being specific as to which one now?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think. Like, how do you classify as fat? Like, what's the? Is
If
it
you took her out, would you take her to hang out with your friends?
Yeah. You see her in 2B.
Yeah,
two,
but
two
I-
beers and looks good. So
Yeah, but
this
that's
is
some skin-
so
skin
this
girl.
is the
it's-
end.
No, yeah, but the scene is after.
Oh, it's after
I
this.
just have it
This is
set
an-
to slow and it's a
another
fucking
deleted
banger.
scene. Here?
Yeah, this is 9 minutes of deleted scene.
This is
Oh my God, so
after
we're gonna watch this in slow motion.
a bunch of.
Because we're trying to see
fucking-
if Shay's in this deleted. Because he might just be in the making. He might be in the actual movie and just not even know he's in it.
Also
Well,
true.
I've looked in the actual movie 100 times and didn't see it. So,
No, it's great. No, it's excellent.
I got no nails to fucking open this.
well, can you lean it on here?
Yeah.
No, I just
Or you
like
know,
that.
we can wait till we're done. And
Yeah, I know.
could do that.
listen,
What else you want to talk about?
fuck this podcast.
So
Right?
I watched the last episode.
It'll come up in a
Of,
minute.
I watched the
There's a
last
black gap
episode
between.
of Severance.
I've
You
never.
can-
Severance is fucking amazing.
You could tell the hair too, right? It was the fucking late 80s, early 90s because I did this in 89 or 90, and then the movie didn't come out for 2 years.
I think I like the.
So it might have been
lines.
89 if it came out in 91.
Do you know the lines inside of your head?
Yeah,
I had
No,
that,
I didn't do
'cause
any of
was
that
rocking
stupid
those.
shit.
I did not.
I was trying to be hip hop. You know, I grew up in the hood.
You in the hood.
Your buddies have to be pretty clever to fucking see your face in this scene.
That's what I'm saying. It's
It might not be this
maybe
scene.
it's
No, it
not
might.
this scene.
But this is a deleted scene.
Hey, listen, we have
That's
all
not
night.
you there, right, in the suit?
We have all night to watch.
That's
this.
only your jaw there. How the
Right.
fuck would he
That's
know
what I
that shit?
mean. You would have to be able to clearly see my face because he did. That's not me. Not me
No.
anymore. No.
You've had the operation.
But he's standing there like that, and that's how I met him when he was just standing there. They yelled "cut," and I ran over to him.
Cut.
Hey, Rob.
Is that how you do cut? You know the lines inside of your head? Did you have the rat tail?
No,
Oh wow, you weren't. Did you have the starter jacket?
I wasn't even allowed to have the
Yeah,
buzz
I
cut
No, I didn't. See it.
until
So you're in
That's
the
it. That's probably one of many.
late junior
It's
year.
all the, it's all, well, it's all the
And my
scenes of
dad
this.
hated that I
so I'd
got
have
it.
to get the disc.
Really?
Yeah.
I already asked people that might have it.
Alright.
Well, yeah, 'cause I think you're only maybe a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
So it's like the same. That was the whole thing, like third base. That's when I felt like it was justified that I could, do the.
I was already in the Army at that point, so yeah.
All right, yeah, all right, more than a couple of years then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I watched Severance.
53,
Severance was very slow.
I'm 49, so yeah, 4 years.
It was very slow until.
So what is that
very end.
about?
So basically, it's you go to the work for this company, and they put a chip in your brain that completely you forget what you do when you're at home.
Yeah.
You have no recollection whatsoever of work, and when you're at work, you have no recollection whatsoever at home. So you have what's
It
called
switches
an
when
innie-
you're in the elevator.
You have your
into the
innie
building.
and your outie, and when you're at work, you have your 4 people that you work with, and you have no clue what your life is like on the outside.
All right.
So there was one guy who decides he wanted to get out, and apparently whatever the fuck is good. Did you watch season 2?
Yeah, I finished it. Yeah.
Okay, so don't obviously
No, I
don't
won't.
say anything, but
I think the end is. I'm not going to
'cause
say what it was,
I
but the
have-
end of season 1 cliffhanger was.
Oh, the end of season. I watched it.
I
Last
thought that was
night.
better.
It
The
so
second one was
fucking good.
great, but the first season end
Was better
because it was first season end.
You didn't see all those people dying with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they all got shot. The basic gist of it is the people inside started to wonder what the fuck was going on outside. The people outside wanted to know what the fuck was going on inside, and they started
going
going places
around
in the
and
building
saying-
they weren't supposed to
Right,
go.
they started to get a little more.
Yeah, but you have to
What
you
do
have
we
to
do here?
click in and out every
And
room.
then the other thing is
No, just the floor.
No, he told me he had to do it in every room at work.
That's a different show.
and then they don't know what they do for a living
On the outside.
on the out. No. Even in the job,
Yeah.
they don't know.
Did
what
you
they
watch
do.
season 2?
I had that.
No.
happen.
Okay.
No.
'cause
What I'm saying is, in season 1, they work and they have to put these numbers on a computer
until the last episode of season 2, which I'm not going to say what, you don't find out what the fuck they're actually
That's what
doing.
I'm saying. They don't know what they're doing.
All they're doing is looking at screaming
It's
numbers.
top
on.
secret.
Right.
There's 4 of
But
them. They're
they
looking
don't
at
even know. So
screens.
now they're curious. What are
They're
we
looking
doing?
at screens of numbers, and then some emotional thing happens in their head, and they circle this
And
group
it gets scared.
and drag it into a box.
Right, and they
And
get
there's
scared.
they completely skip what the fuck they're doing. Once in a while, they say it right. They're like, "Any idea what the fuck we're doing?" you know?
So where can I get this chip?
They're doing
Right?
macro data.
Wait, you need a job first.
Yeah.
Then you can worry about the chip.
Just for the rest of this podcast.
Yeah, I can't talk about anything more because season 2 explains a lot.
Well, I'm hoping so
Watch 2.
because my wife. It's
How
a
do they
slow
explain
burn.
the anal fisting scenes?
Yeah,
Oh, that's easy. There's
All
a
right.
fist.
That's
up
one of the
someone's ass.
personalities.
It's pretty. It's
Yeah.
kind of self-explanatory.
Once,
but
once you watch season 2,
yeah, you get more of it, which is fine.
no, but I'm gonna.
Well, the ass is
I
a
would-
muscle.
when you
so-
see once you've seen the finale, we'll talk about that because
Of season 2.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they talked about
Daniel Fisting.
where they were going to cut the story off because if they decided to end it a certain way, but they could have ended it
And-
20 seconds earlier
and season-
or 10 minutes earlier.
And season 2 is done. It's over.
It just finished last week.
Right. They were saying they're not gonna.
No,
make
there is
another one.
season 3. Yeah.
Oh, there is a
There-
season
there's-
3.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Do you know that Severance lost all the money that Apple made? It was costing over 20 million an episode at the end
Why?
because the budget was. You got to watch it. You'll understand. The
Well,
sets and stuff are crazy.
half of them are directed by Ben Stiller.
Yeah,
It's filmed in Homedale.
that's just the outside.
I didn't know that.
Just the outside.
Yeah, you know the
And-
big
and-
building,
and
the
some of
Bell,
the
Belcorp
insides.
building with the big fucking lake
Oh,
in front of it. and
That's
shit?
nice.
That's the outside of this
Right.
company's
And,
building.
and,
they
so,
do
and
comedy
the
there,
inside, a
too.
couple of the lobby scenes.
Yeah, but the rest of it's in California.
Yeah,
Actually,
Oh, yeah,
it might be
yeah.
Toronto.
They actually do comedy in that place now.
Do they?
Where?
And
At
At the Bell Labs?
Works?
Yeah.
Who's doing comedy in there?
I've seen 2 shows so far that they put on. I think they were trying to.
They'll
like,
rent a room
hire
to anyone in
shows.
that building, won't they? So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, but
It's
there's a
expensive.
lot of things. There's like I want to take my son over to. They have like a indoor virtual reality thing set up in there.
These stickers
I
should put
wanna
a
go in
Severance fucking thing in there. And everybody
They
would
should.
know it.
Everyone
Saves
would go.
costs.
People drive over there now to
Yeah.
see. There was
They
an
didn't-
article on it, and people go over there now just to see the.
They didn't
Well,
announce.
back in the day, I used to work at the street from there at Vonage, so
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I nearly had a job there. I went for an interview there.
nice.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of shit. In
That
there.
place
There's
sucked
restaurants in
working
there.
at.
There's a walk-in medical in there.
That
There's a
company
dentist
barely
in there.
exists now. They're still doing a little bit of stuff.
Wait, weren't they internet?
Yeah.
It was IP phones.
VoIP.
But yeah, voice over IP.
Yeah.
So, but
That's what I said.
Yeah,
VoIP.
they,
I agreed with you.
yeah, I know.
I agree with you, and you shake your head.
He rolled his eye like a little teen girl. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you didn't know that."
But yeah, they didn't announce that season 3 was coming until just an hour after
They finished
episode
filming it.
dropped. The last episode dropped. So it was like midnight. It dropped on Friday.
So in other words, it doesn't wrap up at the end of season 2.
The-
Obviously, if they're doing a season 3.
it
No, you just find out what they do for the living, and then
that's 5
and then-
seconds of the show. It's
Yeah.
not even.
Yeah.
and then but then the CIA gets involved in season 3
Yeah, no. Wow.
because everything they did in season 2.
Is that the?
Don't listen to me. I never watched the show.
Do you remember? All right.
That's a
let me
big
scoot
grip
ar-
when his
let me scoot
wife
around
doesn't
this
want to do
little
it
bit.
anymore.
In season
It's like
one,
when he's the cuckold.
did the guy inside kiss the girl in season one
Has the hand
when
out.
they're getting in the elevator towards right at the end of the
I
series?
can't take it all.
Towards the end of the series, she kisses him.
Right.
She kisses him because she says, in case
So
we don't, because they decide to wake
Yeah.
themselves up outside.
So, without giving it all away, all of a sudden, the in guy has a relationship. The out guy, you remember he finds out at the last episode of season one
But
that his
wife is alive.
yeah, she's in that building doing shit, right?
Yeah, she is.
She's the
Anal fisting.
fucking anal fisting coordinator.
That's only one thing.
But that's
She's
only for
doing
the
a lot
one
more.
scene. She does a lot of other scenes.
She does not.
She has this one scene that
But
Blair
you
set
have
up.
That's her innie from something else that's going on. I won't say what.
But
basically-
Blair set up a scene with
Yeah,
her
but
and
they
these guys.
told him
Yeah.
she was dead.
Yeah,
She
no.
died
In
in
a
a car
motel
accident.
room.
But this was
But
before
she's
he-
involved in a project that's way crazier than
But
one.
I'm saying
you're talking
before he even severanced.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
died. That's why he severed.
Yeah.
To try to
They
forget
faked.
about
They
her.
faked her to push him to go in there.
I still think
Yeah.
those guys.
They
are very-
wanted.
and
They
then-
wanted.
and then-
You'll learn later. They
and then
wanted.
the
They
girl-
wanted to the connection that he knew about her. Blah
yeah,
blah blah.
and then the girl
Yeah.
Ellie, who tried to kill herself, she wanted to get out so
Yeah.
bad. Turns out she's the head of it all.
She's the head of the company.
Yeah.
So
And
his
her
so
father
his,
runs
so
the
his
whole thing. and
season
she-
2, you've got he's inside having a relationship with the innie of her. He's on the outside wanting to find his wife, and there's a decision as to this guy's like, I love her. You're not fucking taking me out of this. You're not getting rid of me as an innie. You're not quitting. I'm in love with her. And this guy's like, well, if you're inside with her, I can't find my wife. And that,
yeah.
that's
There's a whole
going.
thing going
Yeah.
on. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't go.
No, that's it.
anymore.
That's what I'm doing.
I definitely don't
So
want to.
I thought
It's
I
great.
thought it was a slow burn, though. I have to say, getting
Did you
to
think
it.
so?
There were some seasons that were there. There was
The
episodes
second
that were like,
season,
holy
the
shit.
second season, it's much more stuff going on.
Okay, good.
I woke up
Good,
with
good.
one.
Because it did.
Slow burn.
It
That
did-
last episode, though, I wanted to throw my TV out the window when they fucking revealed she was alive and revealed the girl was the boss and all that. In the last
no,
10,
but now you know you're getting to something.
yeah.
Like I said, it was a slow burn.
Yeah.
We went to season 3, like episode 3 and 4. We're like, I don't know if I'm going to finish this. This is kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's just really slow build up to it.
2's good.
But now you're finding out, oh shit.
2 gets even more wacky in the way that you start to find out like who came up with this idea, and then there's all these ex-employees they go talk to find out why this
Well,
happened.
the one guy,
It's like they
Petey,
suddenly remember the first series was all in the building and really
Yeah.
that was it. Yeah, the second one they're out at a fucking lighthouse with some dude that hasn't been near the company in 20 years asking them questions about stuff. That's a great fucking show. If you're a bit technology, which I know you are, you'd love that. You'll love it. Christopher Walken as a gay guy makes me laugh really
Wait,
hard.
now why did this girl throw a pizza at Hollywood?
Yeah, I know.
well, because everyone's racist.
That's fair.
She's 12 and she replaces one of the secretaries, and there's no explanation as to why she's 12. The whole thing, you're like, what? Why? Everybody's like, why are you a kid?
and you know what the funny thing is? Like the whole time I'm watching the show, and like, so now I'm in my mid 50s. So I'm looking at him, Scott, and going, fucking guy's got some head of hair.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he's got
Yeah.
some fucking head.
He
of
was
hair.
on Boy Meets World. I mean, come
Look
on.
at him.
Was
He's
it
got
really?
some-
hurry up and watch
Yeah,
that, 'cause
it
I
was
need
Griff
someone-
on Boy
I need
Meets
someone I
World.
know to talk with.
Oh shit!
What's that?
Hurry up and finish it because I need someone I know to talk
You know
with.
what? I gotta get my wife on board to fucking sit down. Yeah, what is it? 9 episodes in the second season or whatever?
10.
10.
Oh,
Is it
you
10?
should talk about Severance.
There was 11 in the first season.
No, the first season was 9.
Oh, was
Oh wait, John Turturro, I like him.
Yeah, and he's good in it too because
He's
like,
gay. He's gay for Christopher Walken.
yeah.
Who isn't?
Him and Christopher Walken are like, oh, they
I'm
wanna
gay for
get
Christopher
together, but
Walken.
they're told
So-
not to
So
because
this is
it's
timely and topical.
Well, you know that he goes to his house at the end of the first one when they have
But-
they have that half an hour and he
So-
comes out.
So
He goes to find out where Christopher Walken lives and sees his boyfriend or his husband or whatever.
So that's the thing. There was a couple of things that were so totally predictable. Like when he's at the party and he's awake now and he doesn't know his sister's house and he talks to his sister and it says, so now I'm me now, but I'm inside me, blah, blah, blah. And then when Mrs. Selvage, I said, watch, he's going to say her name and that's how she's going to know. And he goes, okay, let me go now, Mrs.
Yeah.
Cabal. And he leaves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's it. I told you. And then because the fucking picture window is wide open and he sees Christopher Walken in there talking, I
Yeah.
said, watch, now here comes the boyfriend. Watch. And then the boyfriend comes up, puts the sweater on him, and is like patting his shoulders. But he decides to go to the door anyway.
And
John
and
Turturro goes to the door. He's banging on
You
the
realize
door.
the woman living next door, the
Mrs.
woman,
Selvage.
yeah, she's not supposed to be doing that. She's doing it on her own.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. She's doing
She's
her
not
own
even
thing.
being told by the company what to do.
She's doing her own thing.
I was just trying to figure out where I knew that blonde chick from. She was in. You ever see Animal
Stigmata.
Kingdom?
Stigmata. She was in.
I didn't really
Which-
like.
That's
her.
Roseanne Arquette.
Yeah, no, not that one. The other blonde one. Fucking.
Rosanna Arquette.
Where the hell is she?
She's fucking crossed the rainbow.
This
bridge.
one.
That's his wife.
That's
in
his
the
wife
show.
in the show.
Yeah,
she's Asian.
Yeah.
Passable.
She
She's
looks
an
more
Asian
Asian in the show because they give her the
Well, she
surgical
was-
black hair.
she's
give her
from
the black
Nepal.
hair, yeah.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
She's an Asian chick.
Definitely passable.
Beautiful girl.
Yeah, no, but I've seen this girl before. I used to watch Animal
But now
Kingdom.
pull a picture of
Good fucking show.
now pull a picture of Rosanna Arquette
Yeah.
from like the 80s.
Oh yeah, no,
Desperately Seeking Susan.
You know the one thing I did that kind of ruined it.
I
When
forgot she
saw
was in that. Yeah,
When I
pull
saw
up a
that
picture of
chick,
her in Desperately Season, two completely different people.
when I saw the Asian girl, I looked her up because I'm like, she's got. I know. I think I've seen her somewhere before. I couldn't figure out where. And then how on IMDb it tells you how many episodes they're in of the show, and I see like 20 something, and I'm like, but she's just the fucking therapist that's in it for like a minute. Why is she in 26 episodes?
Yeah,
So at that point, I'm like, okay, there's got to be something going on with her, and then it turns out she's actually his wife. But the indie guy doesn't know his wife.
Right.
He has his own life, so he
Is that
doesn't know he's
her?
talking to his wife.
It's fucking
At the
completely.
end of the first series, they go outside for like
So-
half an hour,
So
and he
I
sees a photo of him and his wife on the side, and he's like, "That's the therapist."
is that her?
No,
Roseanne
that's,
Arquette?
no, wrong Arquette. That's the wrong one.
You said Roseanne Arquette
Oh
from
no, what's
fucking
the other one? It's not Roseanne Arquette. What fucking
from Desperately Seeking Susan. That's
No,
why I
it's
went
her
for that
sister.
one.
It's her sister. Shit, go back to this fucking.
Oh shit, was she the in the beginning of Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
Yeah,
Go
she
back
was in
to
Pulp
the
Fiction
wrong
too.
one though. Go back to the Severance list of actresses.
I don't think I was on that, but
It's
all
not
right.
Rosanna. It's the other one. Yeah, well, she's the fucking second biggest person. Go back
Wait a
one.
second. Hold on. I wanted to see something.
That one.
I thought that was somebody else for a second. No. Right, exactly. I didn't have that up. I had something else up.
Just type Severance. It's the other sister.
Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, there you go.
There
That's
we go.
the other one. Okay.
They're the same person.
Yeah, it's the same person.
She doesn't look that good now. I'll tell you that.
Wait, Patricia, who's the other one?
Rosanna kept.
Rosanna Arquette.
No, and who's the other sister?
Well, the
They-
brother is
yeah.
what's his name? Arquette.
See, that's what she looks like now in the movie, in the show. Yeah, see that? Picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. If I talk any more about this, I'm going to blow it for you.
Yeah, don't say anything else. Don't say anything
Just
else.
please watch it. And then
No, I'm
call me
gonna
when you
watch
do.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, and we'll
Because
have
I
to
have a
sit
lot
down
of
and
insight
bullshit.
of it.
So there was the thing that what we sat down the other night and said. So we come to find out in the show that the therapist in the workspace is his wife from outside that he doesn't remember because she was killed in a car wreck, and he doesn't remember anyway because he can't remember outside.
Yeah, he doesn't
and
know
inside.
anything about outside.
So he's talking to his wife at the end when she gets fired.
Mhm.
And I said to my wife, now this begs the question. They met and fell in love at one point
Mhm.
because there was something there. They met and fell in love. Now they don't remember each other. Why wouldn't they do it again? Why wouldn't they meet and
Because
fall
he
in love
falls in love
again?
with the chicken with the red hair.
It
He
wasn't true
does.
love.
He
It
does.
wasn't
But
true
you know
love.
what I'm saying? He meets and falls in love with her. And even the sister says she made you a better person, and she did all this and she did all that, and you were so good with her, and she made
That
you a
goes
better
back
person.
to the whole thing that you're going to see where he wants to be with the ginger girl, the outside guy wants to be with his wife.
Right. So there's a
There's
crash.
a conflict.
there. Yeah.
No, it's no conflict. They
But-
just have a good time.
Yeah.
But
The last episode, it can go so many different ways.
but it makes, like I said, it begs the question.
So, like you.
if you were forgotten, if you had,
Like
if
For the-
your- if your
for the
memory
right
was
amount of money.
erased- if your memory was
Not even
erased,
that
would you re-fall in love with your wife or girlfriend again
No.
if your memory was erased?
No, there's none of that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder
Yeah.
if that really happened. If this could really happen, it makes you wonder.
Well, they show where they met. They met like at a library at college. They show, like, how they met.
That's how they met.
Yeah.
And she was a teacher, and she made him. She
Yeah.
wanted him to be.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
when he finds out that he was a college professor. He was like, "Is that what-" he was like excited. That's what I do because he doesn't know what he does now. You know, it's a good show.
It's great.
It's a
I
slow
like the
burn.
idea
It's
of it.
definitely a
No,
good.
the
It's
second
definitely a
season.
slow burn, and it makes you think.
I did
about
the
some
whole
things.
2 series in about a week.
And half of them are directed. by
I just
Ben
don't have
Stiller.
Apple TV. Well, we do have Apple TV, but
I might know someone.
I never
who
use
can
it.
get those files.
that's fair.
Yeah, I don't. I use my son's Apple TV.
Yeah.
He sent it to me.
It's a good fucking.
I don't have it either. I'm not paying for it. My son sent me his.
It's like it's one of those. I mean, you guys have all heard. So people have talked about shows, and you're like, I don't even know what that is. And then you watch it, like Breaking Bad. I heard about that for a long time, and then I watched the first episode, and I said I can't get into this. But then a year later, they said we're finishing it. It's going to be season 6, and I binged it in like 3 weeks. The whole thing.
Well,
There's so many. Severance is one of those shows that people have been talking about, but I really didn't know what it was about. My guess was, okay, these people are all getting fired. They're getting a severance package. That's kind of what you
So-
think. You don't realize severance is what the technique is, the
Yeah.
chip they put in your head.
Right.
But when you're inside, because basically the whole concept is, I don't know if I can say all this. they think the people that work in the company are better if they don't have any knowledge of all the bullshit in their life.
That makes sense. Like theoretically, like
so this company,
it makes sense.
This company, even though they're a fucking cult, because
think about this though.
Cult shit going on.
Yeah,
but think about
they
this though,
never explain
Paul.
it. They never explain that.
Paul, how much more productive would you be at work if you weren't thinking about everything else during
And
the
you
day?
can't get text. Your wife can't text you.
Right, that's what I'm
No
saying.
phones.
You have no distraction. Like theoretically, it makes sense.
Well, that's true. But by season 2 of this, they're all too busy trying to figure out what the fuck's going on instead of doing their fucking job.
Right. Which means they found the loophole in the matrix on
Yeah,
that one.
That's exactly what they did.
It almost is like that.
Because human nature says, "What the fuck am I doing here? Why don't I have an idea of what's going on outside?"
The crazy part of it is the guys that are inside, when they go to the elevator at the end of the day, they get in the elevator, and then while the elevator is going up is where it switches over. So the person on the inside, all they see themselves is they get in the elevator, the door closes, and then it opens again, and it's 9 a.m. the next day, and they're back in the work. They don't have, the time jumps.
Right.
So the outside people, they just see themselves get in the elevator, and then at 5 o'clock, they're walking out.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So if I was the guy inside, I mean, I don't know how long I could deal with. You have a shit day at work, and then you go out there and bang, you're back at 9 o'clock the next fucking. Imagine you have
If you walked out of work today,
Yeah, that would just
10 seconds, and then
No, like yeah, I had a shit day today, and I'm like 3 seconds later, I'm back there
at
again.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The downside of that, yeah.
because you don't have any memory whatsoever outside.
Can you imagine you work with like a total cunt, and then you have to deal with that guy? Yeah,
Y-
exactly.
yeah.
Can you imagine?
I could totally imagine
Can you
Paul sitting there.
Imagine you fucking put your finger in some girl's panties at your office, and the next day you're back there again all embarrassed because you don't want to fuck you. All right, whatever.
And then
Most Spurs.
Okay. Go ahead and turn off.
And that's
Fuck this.
and that's why Paul doesn't work for his old
I
company
know.
anymore.
That's why I
I hate when they put the restraining order on you.
I got accused of sexual harassment, but I work at home. I know. That's
I love the dynamic that Shay is very reserved, and Paul just screams into the microphone. He's just laughing that the fucking thing's set up so high.
His own jokes.
Right, that's the worst part.
well, someone has to find them funny.
Oh,
It's
man.
no one else. Someone has.
If
to.
one of you, but if one of you two guys don't go watch that show now,
Well, I'm saying you're gonna have to find somebody to get me that copy.
I send you when I get home.
Right, and then when
I might know someone that can send it to you.
right.
Uh,
So that's what I'm saying, and then we could discuss that
The thing
in
that
a
sucks
week.
now is like when I'll find these shows that people talk about and I'll watch first episode, and if I get into it and I understand why people are watching it, I'll watch it all in like 3 days. And then now you got to wait. They haven't even made this next series. They haven't even talked about when they're making
Well,
it.
season
What's
one
the
was
next show?
2022.
What's that?
Season one was
So it's
2022.
3 years apart, basically. It just finished it last Friday.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the way a lot
Even
of
though they have the sets and shit probably in a warehouse, they haven't got to rebuild all that shit. But what's the next show? What's the next show? I never watched Lost. Should I watch Lost?
no.
So
I heard the ending's fucking.
did you
abysmal.
watch?
I've never
did
seen
you
it.
watch Sons of Anarchy?
No.
So I'll tell you this: my wife and I binged watched Sons of Anarchy. Now, Breaking Bad, hands
Not
down,
good.
was one of the best.
Did you like the
One of the best.
Better Call Saul as well?
Didn't watch it,
You should watch that. That's
and
good.
the only reason is because they fucking now I can watch it because there's not going to be a year before it ends and starts again.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what happened.
That's
I
why
watched
I'm
it,
gonna
said
bring it
I
back.
can't wait. For
That's
it to
why I
come
don't
back
like
on.
cable shows. Like, and
And
I
then
think
it-
regular TV's starting to do that too, where it's
and
like,
then
all
it
right, we're gonna do
fucking
10
fell off.
episodes of this, and we'll see you in like a year. I'm like,
Netflix are doing it now.
They
There's-
do like 20
Netflix have caught on with this shit though, and Apple TV did it as well. Netflix have a stupid reality show now about they give a guy $1 million. You have to guess who has the million, kind of like traders that people are watching. They're only putting up 2 episodes a week. So Netflix are finally catching on
Right.
that they can because Netflix will just bang up 10 episodes, and then the next day after we stayed up all night to watch it, we got like some remember
yeah. Then you got 3 years before it's on
fucking
again.
year before we
Well,
find out,
that's
and they
why-
might cancel it even worse.
That's why I never watched Saul.
I never watched
Even though I
Breaking.
love Bob Odenkirk, which by the way,
Great
Nobody
comedian.
Nobody 2 coming out in August.
What is?
Nobody too.
I don't know.
No, you never saw Nobody?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's your homework now. Go home and
Yeah.
watch Bob Odenkirk kick people's asses.
Yeah.
He's the fucking regular run of the mill Joe, and he gets robbed, and their family's like doesn't have any respect for him anymore because he doesn't do anything. He had a golf fucking club over the robber, and he didn't do it. His son gets punched, and he's like, "Dad's a fucking pussy," and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out his past He's a fucking.
Because they put the severance chip in, and now he can't act like
Now
that
he can't
anymore.
remember.
I just watched.
So in his past, he's,
That's like I watched a Working Man yesterday. the new
I don't
Jason
need porn
Statham
for that.
I
movie.
saw that today.
I
Do you like
porn,
that?
though. Porn's
Yeah,
like a good
I
background.
like-
I like that.
When Jason Statham's, I saw my son and I went. He was off today.
Oh, I
and
watched
was
it.
off
I watched it
today.
in my basement.
Some good acting.
But what interesting part about that you guys aren't even going to catch is there's so many comic British actors in that. Do you know the Russian guy? You saw Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, right?
No,
You should watch that.
no.
And you
I
watch Snatch?
heard that's good.
You watch,
I watched.
Watch
half
both.
of
You know what I like
Snatch
about
years
Snatch?
ago.
They have Biggie Smalls
Yeah, I
in
know.
that.
But one of the characters in Lock,
The
Stock.
guy that plays Biggie Smalls.
In Lock, Stock, there's 4 of them, and they put their money together and want to kick gambles, right? So one of the 4 British guys that's in Snatch with Jason Statham is the Russian guy that gets hung in the pool with the chair and the
With
rope.
chair and the rope, right?
You look at him and he's talking. I'm looking at him like it doesn't sound like him because he's Russian.
That was my nickname for my first girlfriend.
I did like that. Did you liked it?
What?
This movie.
I didn't see this one.
What are you talking about? This is a Working Man.
No, this isn't working.
No, it's not. Snatch.
Oh, okay. Then I'm being racist now. It's
Yeah.
black guy.
There's a black guy on the screen. Yeah, fucking. There goes Paul being racist
A
again.
lot of that shit is a little far fetched, but it's entertaining to watch
Scroll up
Jason
again.
Statham. Did you like The Beekeeper?
Pull up Lock, Stock. Yeah, I did enjoy that. Yeah, pull up Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
So I was gonna go see that or Black Bag.
That's it right there. I didn't see Blackbird.
I didn't see Black Bag either, but I heard it was good.
So,
So
So
Dexter Fletcher,
no, Jason Fleming.
Jason Fleming.
That's the Russian guy
Russian
that got hung in the
pool.
pool.
Yeah.
But I looked at him and I'm like, but there's other actors in it as well. There's a ton of British actors from TV shows that are all playing Americans and Russians in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the guy at the end who's like the pedophile guy? Or he wanted to get with the
You
girl?
know him.
The short guy with the mustache?
Yeah, no, Paul.
He's just fucking
Oh, yeah, yeah,
freaky.
yeah, yeah,
He's a
yeah.
freaky neighbor in some comedy show in England called Cuckoo.
Well, that's the thing. He came across as like
No,
really
cuckold.
freaky. He came
Yeah.
across as like really. That's where it gets a little like he.
I think Jason Statham
like,
brought all his friends in.
You know what
for a
it is?
reason.
That's what it looks
happened.
like.
What I think is
But
like
it's very good. There's no bullshit.
in the end when he threatens the girl, it's like it wasn't even. It's like no, this guy's not threatening. He's a joke. You know what I mean? It's like he said something like, "Oh, you'll be dead." And it's like,
You saw the ending was so open for a sequel, though, right?
yes.
When they told the Russian guy he can't kill him at
Right.
the end, you know
right.
that's
When they
the
told, well, that's what I said.
Yeah.
When he screams, I
Yeah.
said that now we're gonna
There's
get
a
a Working
sequel.
Man too.
There's a sequel.
So
Right?
this is nobody. This was a great fucking movie, and this is Bob Odenkirk trying to be an action star, and it worked because
Did he
we're
do
coming
good?
with a Nobody 2
Yeah.
in August, and it's funny because he's funny. He's Bob
I gotta
Odenkirk.
put that on my list of shit to down. I mean to watch.
Yeah.
Download it to your, your
To my
your
Netflix
daily.
account.
Yeah. Connie Nielsen, Christopher Lloyd,
Yeah, plays his father,
nice.
a retired.
Oh, I gotta watch it. The
CIA
Riz is in it.
operative.
He's a live on me.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, RZA.
Rizzo,
No
you don't
idea.
know? Oh my god, my ex-wife had the same problem. He's
You
live on
you
me.
saw the man in concert. You don't know his fucking name.
Is this why you're going with girls that like to get railed by 10 black dudes?
No, different one.
Oh, different wife?
Different one. No, that was the Brit who liked being railed by the all the black guys.
I know that.
That makes sense.
I'm just saying, is there a connection because your ex-wife likes black fucking rappers?
No, my ex-wife didn't know who Riz is.
I thought that's what you said she liked.
No, she
No.
didn't know who Riz is, and that's why I wanted to divorce her right then and there. I
Right.
was like, how do you not know Wu-Tang? But
Oh, he's a Wu-Tang guy?
So,
yeah,
So I actually
Oh
saw
my
him.
god.
I actually
Yeah,
saw
that's
him.
what I just fucking said to you. You saw the man in concert and you still don't know his fucking name.
And I had a really good shot of him too. I was real close.
so that Death of a Unicorn, that's getting such fucking dreadful reviews.
No,
I
you want
said,
to
what a
the
waste
worst
of
reviews
fucking
ever?
Cinema.
Snow White remake, it's the worst Disney movie financially ever. And there's another Disney. There was 2 Disney movies that came out in the last 2 weeks. Both of them bombed.
Yeah, and there's a reason why.
Yeah, a lot of reasons
Yeah,
why.
DEI hires.
Well,
No,
well,
they didn't.
No, definitely.
They were supposed to hire the midgets to play the dwarves,
It
and they
didn't
refused
help.
to. They just did CGI.
it didn't help that the star, the girl, ran around saying,
This is going to be a terrible movie, basically.
No. She said, "We don't need a prince. She doesn't need a man. This is the new age."
Oh, Alto
Yeah.
King.
She all went woke bullshit,
Yeah.
and it's fucking horrible. But here's the thing: this is just my opinion of it. Let's make a Titanic movie, right? But let's not sink the ship. No, okay. If you're fucking making a Titanic movie, you're sinking the ship. That's what the Titanic's
Well,
all
that
about.
happened with The Office.
If you're
No,
fucking making
no,
Snow White,
no. See,
fucking the prince,
you're
saved
missing
her.
the point, though, Shay. You have to make the Titanic movie about why they got on the boat. It's not about the boat trip.
You're an idiot. Dude, the British Office, right? The
Never heard
character-
of it.
The character was not
Is that
liked.
good?
Never heard of it.
The character was disliked by fans.
Never heard of it.
Right. When they made the American one, NBC told them we can't have a lead character where the fans won't like him.
Right.
So that's why they made him all cuddly and shit on the American one. So the other movie that bombed it was Snow White. The other movie that bombed horribly was the Alto Knights with
with De Niro.
De Niro as twins.
Yeah.
And I think that went woke too. And someone was
Well,
saying
that's the thing. Everybody hates De Niro.
I saw
now because he's
Novocaine.
all
Did you
woke
see
and
that?
shit. Yeah.
Novocaine was
Yeah,
great.
I tell you what.
Mickey 17 I thought was
I
okay.
didn't-
but-
Novocaine, I heard was supposed to be. What's that about, though?
I
It's
didn't
the guy
see
who
Mickey
can't,
17.
feel.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
So here's the thing, and you'll know this better.
Child porn.
So when we saw all the movies I see now when I'm in the theater, I see them with my son. He said, "Oh, this is Dennis Quaid's kid," and I said, "Jack." She said, "Yeah," and I said, "Oh, his mom is Meg Ryan,
Right.
because they were together for years." And I remember her interviews Jack when he was a little kid. He's 30 years old now.
Yeah.
But I remember interviews when he was a little kid. Oh yeah, Jack, he's grown up. Blah blah. He's gonna. Great. There are times in the movie where he turns the kid, and he fucking looks just like Dennis Quaid.
Right.
And then he'll turn and smile, and fucking here that is Meg Ryan. It's like holy shit.
Best
He is-
movie, Inner Space.
What's that?
Inner Space, remember?
I can see it. I can see the face. You could see it
You
totally.
could see his face.
Yeah.
You could see him and her both. And when he turns and looks in some ways, so
wait.
he,
That guy is Dennis Quaid's kid?
that's
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid
I
and
did
Meg Ryan.
not-
Look at Meg Ryan's smile right there in that picture right there. Look at her smile from the
He's
nose
literally
down.
the perfect
That's
combination of the
fucking
two of
Meg
them.
Ryan. But
I'm
from
glad I didn't know that before I watched it because that would have fucking pissed me off. If I-
Why? You would have jerked off to him
Yeah,
still?
exactly. I would have come.
I wouldn't have changed how you jerked off to him.
I wouldn't be embarrassed. I'll bring around my
Mickey
friend.
17 was good, but it was way too long, and it had two. It was basically two movies. They did.
Oh, yeah?
They did a whole story, and you're like, okay, the movie's done.
I heard of
And
that
then all
story.
of a sudden, they go off on a whole different story.
So
The old guy, the guy that's like the head of like the company, that's like a piece of shit. Pull up Mickey 17, Mickey number 17.
my son saw that and he liked it. So here's the thing: in the movie Novocaine, there was the bad guy.
Click up the bad guy in this.
All right, hold
The
on.
bad guy in Novocaine, and I'm watching that movie the entire time, going, "Where the fuck do I know this guy from?" You know who that was, right?
What?
The fucking bad guy who did the whole thing, who planned the whole thing, the girl's sister. I'm looking at him the whole entire time, and I'm going, "Where the fuck do I know this guy from? I know I've seen him somewhere. Where is it? It's Jack Nicholson's kid. He looks just like fucking Jack Nicholson when he was like 20.
Scroll down a little.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to find Nicholson here now.
No, I'm trying.
No, not this movie.
No,
Oh.
hold on. Hit Mark Ruffalo. That's the one. Mark Ruffalo's really fucking jumped the shark with how he looks now. That's what he used to look like. I don't know if you're going to be able to find what he looks like in this fucking Novocaine movie. He's beat to shit, this guy. Oh, you can't see it.
He's
Well,
been
it
on
might
a
have been
lot
better
of
if I
things.
looked at the pictures of Novocaine.
I heard this was good.
Wait, is this?
What, Novocaine?
Yeah, no, not Novocaine.
Oh, it's Mickey
17.
I liked it. It's like a 2.25 hours long.
Yeah.
Like I said, halfway through you're convinced the movie's over, and then you find out there's another 45-minute story that they just decided we're not going to make a sequel. We're just going to fucking put two movies.
We're just
together.
going to add this in.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
I add in a photo.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're on the wrong movie. It's Mickey 17 with Liverpool.
You said he was in Novocaine also.
No. I
He's
said
talking about the other
Jack
guy.
Nicholson's
Jack
kid was
Nicholson's
in
kid.
Novocaine.
Ah.
Like I'm looking at I'm
What's
watching
his
this
kid's
movie.
name? What's his
Scroll
kid's
up. It's right there.
Is he Nicholson? His name is.
Yeah,
Nicholson?
it's Nicholson. Scroll up.
Craig, no.
Ray
Yeah,
Nicholson
Ray.
Yeah.
plays Simon.
All right, I can see the face
No,
on
but
it.
he in the movie though, he was like fucking. I'm like, holy shit, where did I see this kid before? And it turns out
Did you
it's
see
Nicholson's
Love
son.
Hut?
Yeah, I jerk off to him too.
Did you see?
Well,
Love
look,
Hut?
See
this-
that one on the left there?
that you can see.
That
fucking,
you can see it there. but
I'm
if
looking
you
at that
click-
picture
click
and I'm
one-
waiting for a dog to blow a guy.
Yeah.
Click one back.
I'm waiting for
there's
him to
another
clear all this
picture
shit
with his
out.
hair,
And tell him he's
That
fired.
one there.
Yeah.
Remember that movie?
That looks like the
About
Shining
Smith?
right there.
Did you see Love Hurts with the martial?
Oh,
arts
wait a
guy?
minute.
That's a good
No,
movie.
no,
You should
no.
look at that. That's
No, yeah, look at that.
Oh
Holy
my God,
shit.
that's
That's
Fucking
Jack.
spot on.
That's spot on, Jack Nicholson. That's his
don't need a
kid.
DNA test for that fucking child support, Jack.
The whole entire movie I'm watching, and I'm like, where the fuck have I seen?
I've
him
seen this
before?
fucker
And then I'm reading
before.
the credits. I'm
How
like,
many kids does he have?
Nicholson's
Jack
kid.
That he knows of?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like,
More
how
than
many
Elon
kids?
Musk.
No.
Probably not. He's got 14, Musk, right?
Yeah. And that's not even NFL numbers.
How cool is it to be a billionaire where you're shacked up with someone, you have kids, but then you're having kids with a fucking reporter, some other fucking girl you got 4 kids with, But none of them women are
Listen.
saying shit.
All
They're
what-
like, this guy's got.
It's
fucking
called
how many-
all
NDA.
these
Yeah.
women, he's the richest guy.
in the world.
He just sold X
He's-
yesterday.
he-
Do you know
he's
that?
the richest.
Sort
guy-
of.
He's the
He
richest.
sold it to his own company.
Right. So I mean, he didn't really sell it.
But
He
he's
just,
now, but now
it
he
was
has-
just a transfer of wealth for
Yeah.
himself.
now he has stock in that other company instead of owning Twitter.
Right. Well, he has both.
No, they got rid of it. It's merged.
That's what I'm saying.
Merged Twitter into it. Yeah.
He's the richest guy on paper.
Right.
He's not the richest guy in the world.
That's like Trump.
He's
I
not
had
the
a-
richest guy in the world. They, You know the oil barons.
Yeah.
The
whole
Arabs, right?
families, the Arabs, they're
Yeah.
not on any Forbes list.
Yes.
Right.
Because they probably make Elon's $420 billion
That's a year.
look like shit.
Yeah.
They probably make his that look like shit. They're trying to build that Nome city in fucking Dubai. That Nome thing that's falling apart big time, unfortunately. Because
Why?
It's like a $30 billion city that
American
they're building,
labor.
but it's in the middle of the fucking desert. And they're like, there's cost overruns, and they're starting to realize, well,
We need to get water from
we
somewhere.
already have that. It's called Dubai.
Yeah.
And it's
But I think they've been working on that for a while, though.
They have been, but now that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh well, now they're starting to realize, well, we've already spent $30 billion. It costs $30 billion more, and who the fuck is going to come here?
Because they had to like put all the dirt, sand, like.
But they got to dig down. They can't fucking just stick a piece of concrete on a bunch of sand.
Yeah, it's
Why
a
not?
foundation.
My best friend from middle school, he's the head of an English school in Dubai, and that dude, they're throwing stupid, crazy, retarded amounts of money at him. He's just it's like the most high, fancy English learning school in Dubai. They're driving fucking Lamborghinis, and he's just a teacher.
Yeah,
I mean, he's the head of it, but he's a fucking teacher. He's got a Lamborghini.
yeah, it's that's stupid money over there. But Elon's the richest guy on paper,
Right.
that they're actually following. They don't follow the Arabs.
No. Like they don't
There's no
follow
Forbes
like
list of-
Carlos
on-
Slim.
on-
They don't know how
on-
much
on-
Carlos
on-
Slim really has.
Carlos Slim is on the list. He's always
Right,
been
but
on
they're
the
not
list.
even. But they could always say that's what they knew of. Like with what's his name when they used to talk about it too, Fidel Castro.
Yeah,
Like
Elon's
he
the
should
richest
be
guy
here,
that's
but we
bragging
can't
about
prove
Yeah,
it.
well,
right. Where are the real gold bars?
Yeah.
and that's the thing.
Oh,
with the oil.
Menendez has them.
Under the World Trade
Yeah,
Center. They're in the
exactly.
World Trade Center. Those people stole it. Remember the day before they stole it?
No, they
They
didn't.
stole everything. They let to go see
Fake
the,
news.
But I think that's
we
the
have to
trick,
rewatch
though.
the Three Kings.
But I think that's a trick to be wealthy. Is like you reallocate your money based
Right.
on different ventures. So when you see something tanking, instead of allowing it to tank, you fold it into a company.
Why are we taking finance advice from a guy on disability?
Because he has more money than the three of
Yeah, I
us.
know.
Because he's fucking doing it right.
Ex-wife does.
She has more, but he still does okay. Somehow he still has that big fancy house in the suburbs with that fucking whole family. So he's doing all right.
Yeah. But no, it's just that's how you handle. That's how you manage your money. Because again, it's a show, and part of making the revenue is the show because you have investors. So you want to show that you have so much
and
wealth.
that's why
where
people
you-
say, well, why would you spend $50 million for a painting? Well, because I could take this painting
And
put
sell
it in
it
a
for 60.
vault and then go to no. They go to fucking the bank and say, I have a $50 million painting. I want a $100 million line of credit
Yeah.
based
With-
on the
with
collateral
this
of this
low-
$50 million painting.
with this low rate, with this low interest rate, that
Right,
no one
right.
else is going to see. In their
So
life.
if I
Right.
default, you could just take the painting and sell and get at least $50 million back.
well, and then you put it under LLC as well. And
Well, wealthy people,
I think it's
wealthy
way
people
above
don't
that.
own a
Well,
fucking
yeah,
thing. Yeah,
Fucking trust funds and
wealthy
fucking
people don't
non-reversible.
own a
fucking-
thing.
Blind
but
trust.
it's money that's transferred around. That's the same thing with oil barons.
Irrevocable.
The very first thing, the very first chapter in the Kiyosaki book, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, because Kiyosaki's dad was the poor dad.
Yeah.
Robert Kiyosaki's dad was the poor dad. His best friend's father was the rich dad who had a bunch of small businesses, restaurants, and
Yep.
apartment buildings, and all sorts of stuff. And the book opens with the poor kid, Robert, and his friend hanging out at his friend's house. And his friend's father says, hey, let me show you something. Let's get in the car and take a ride to a beach house. And it's beautiful. It's on the beach and it's in Hawaii because that's where they lived.
Yeah.
And he says, this is great. And his father and the kid, and they were like 15 at the time, 14. And he looks at his father and says, Dad, kid, this is beautiful. Can we afford this? And he said, absolutely not. But our companies can. They own nothing.
Yeah.
They own put nothing in their name. Everything.
It's the way to
Get
do
a C
it.
corporation, and you have tax flow throughs
Yeah.
with the C corporation plus dividend. Oh God, there's so many different ways to do it.
Me and him were having a slight disagreement about one thing a long time ago. We're talking about Trump,
Oh.
right? So I was trying to explain the difference between gross worth and net worth,
Mhm.
right? So Trump's gross worth, even now, is billions, right? All this property he has, but net worth you subtract what you owe. So his gross worth might be 20.
Yeah, but what does
billion
he personally owe as opposed to his businesses? There's a difference.
dollars. Yeah, but the property is owned by the business too, so it makes a difference. So basically, his gross worth, he's worth 20 billion, right? But his net worth, he's worth 3 million or something stupid, some insignificant amount of money.
Right, when you
But it-
mortgage
but
to
it
the
doesn't-
eyeballs, but that's how all wealthy people do. it.
I understand, but
Yeah,
I was
that's
just
what
trying
it
to
doesn't
explain the
matter.
difference between gross and net. We were talking about
Well,
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because John Hollywood's telling me his net worth is the value of all these houses, these 3 houses he has, and his wife's 401k.
Not if he has mortgages.
Yeah, he does.
That's
Inherited.
what I'm saying.
That's what- yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
but John Hollywood's concept of net worth is everything I own.
Right. The gross worth, not the net worth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Without subtracting,
Right.
he's got, $1 million worth of houses, but he's also got $700,000 in mortgages.
mortgages, right?
Yeah, no, so he's actually
But he has
worth
2 million in
300.
Well, that's the
mortgages.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
My house right now, I think, is
But
worth.
he's got all that fucking, his practical joker's money. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly. You know what the actual joke was? The guy says something about a girl, and he's kind of motioning like a vagina.
Oh, okay.
That's what that is.
No, this is my wife's.
Yeah. No, this is his wife's. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
see, I wonder how much money Trump had taken out in his Key Largo house. And,
Mar-a-Lago?
Whatever.
Wait, do you know who owned that originally?
Is that Brandon Cheese?
That was what's her name? That owned Birdseye, the CW Post daughter,
Oh,
Margie
Cereal guy?
Margie Post. Yeah, the cereal guy. That was her property, Mar-a-Lago.
because I'm sure he
Especially when she
again,
kept
got
it for the
loans
fucking value now.
to do remodeling and stuff like that, and I'm sure that
She's
has to
dead,
be
no.
paid. Being president, because that's like his secondary home. I would have to assume that the American government pays for certain aspects of that house.
But they probably pay for the security for it.
Yeah, they
Well,
pay
the
for
security-
they probably pay for the security for it, but the house maintains itself because there's
Yeah.
it's a whole. It's not just a house. They
I
have
know, I
they do
know.
parties. It's almost like a.
I try to get it; it's blocked off. I try to get.
Did you read that the Secret Service, he rents them a couple of rooms in that, and the amount of money they're paying for that is probably what pays the fucking mortgage.
But see, that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Like, is there an offset?
Some kind of
cost?
indirectly
Oh, yeah.
type thing.
Because
But so when he's there, they have to pay for their stay there too.
yeah, so that's what I'm
And I
saying.
guarantee they're not getting the Travago rates.
But they have to pay. There is no Travago
But
rate
the,
for
the
there.
thing is, though,
Probably is.
No.
after his presidency, he's developed more equity into that house,
Right.
Because he's had the government pay for some of the aspects, help offset.
Yep.
Some of
Well,
the
But if you
probably
break-
just the security portion of it. The house itself is self-sustaining.
Right.
Well, no, but I'm saying if he took out money, though, we don't know. Like if he took out money, off,
That
expenses
no,
in the
but
house.
we
doesn't.
know with that one we know because
You can look that
it
shit
has
up
to be
now,
his
though.
domain. Yeah.
Right. That's
I can find that shit in about
so,
3 minutes.
So that is something that I guarantee his name is not attached to that house in any way.
Right.
It's under some foundation or
Yep.
LLC or some corporation that pays for everything through what the house generates.
That's like Colin
What I'm
Jones and
saying,
Scarlett
though, is that
Johansson. All their
if
houses in
there's
some
offsetting
wacky name
costs-
that I might have found.
So if he's getting
And
offsetting
Howard Stern,
costs
too.
from the
It's all owned by
government,
an
even if it's
LLC.
only like
Oh.
500, I understand it's sustained, but if he's getting offsetting costs,
But why would it come from the government?
well, you said that they have to pay for the.
No, they rent a couple of rooms, but I guarantee
they're
they get.
there.
I guarantee they get. No, I think the Secret Service have got to be there the whole time, right?
Yeah.
They do.
Or at least they own.
They have to be there even when he's
They
not there to
probably
make
got
sure
a
it's
couple
still
of
secure
rooms
because
that
that's his other
the Secret
residence.
Service offices that they're
It's
paying
blocked
$100,000 a month for.
Yeah,
You know?
the whole area is blocked off. Like you can't get anywhere close to it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That money is being paid to whatever estate that is.
Whoever
Whatever
runs that
company
estate,
owns
yeah.
it, yeah.
But that's offsetting some costs, even if it's all paid for. I doubt it is. I doubt he has money taken out from it. What I'm saying is that the government is helping pay and offsetting some of
They're
those costs
renting stuff, and
that
that
he
money's
normally-
coming off his mortgage. Is what he's basically
Right,
saying.
exactly.
It's paying the mortgage.
Yeah.
But it's not his mortgage. It's a company mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's not in his name. I'd be willing to bet $1.
No,
right now.
he's probably an agent for it or something, just enough to separate financially, so he can't get if he gets sued, one doesn't get
Well,
sued.
he's the head of the company that owns
Right.
20
Yeah.
homes.
Yeah.
The same thing he doesn't.
I have a
own.
list. I
Golf
actually
courses and
have
things like
I
that.
actually have a spreadsheet from when he first ran, and it's like he has like 800 LLCs. Literally.
Oh yeah.
800.
Well, you have
Every
to.
piece of property is a
If you
separate.
ta-
'Cause if one
listen,
folds, it doesn't affect the
yeah,
rest.
It doesn't affect
Right.
the rest. My sister and her husband own like 10 homes. Each
Yeah.
one is a separate LLC because if you can lump them into one.
So they'll
but if
take
somebody
each other out.
falls-
They'll
if
take each
somebody
other
falls
out.
and breaks their leg on this one,
You can take all the money
they
from the
can
others.
take the money from all of them. Now
Yeah.
it's one big package. So
Yeah.
each one of them, and it's so simple. 125 Main Street LLC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
128 Main Street LLC.
Howard Stern Apartments are MAP 1998 LLC, MAP 2002 LLC. All
That's
of
it.
his houses are run by the LLC.
So,
Yeah.
but my point being though is this is what wealthy people do. They find ways to offset, income or offset costs of things. And that's what wealthy
Yeah.
people do.
Yeah.
What you're basically saying is the government's giving them money, but instead of paying a paycheck, he has to pay tax on. They're paying a bit of rent here and
No,
Yeah.
the paycheck that he gets from the government, he donates.
I don't think he even gets.
No, he does. They all
Yeah,
get it.
it's not that much money.
It's only 400,000 a
It's
year.
like 400,000 a year.
It's It's really not considering what he goes through.
For me and you, we're like only, but
It's only 400,000.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want that job. But what I'm saying though is that's how well
you don't want any job. You fucking stay home.
Yeah, he makes more than that now.
I know.
Is that you find other ways that us commoners aren't thinking of, other ways to bring in.
Define commoner.
You're not in the House of Lords, are you?
I know.
So there you go.
Fucking wig, like a fucking British judge.
So I mean, and that's finding different ways, different aspects of how to look at money and how to retain
Right,
money.
how to generate income,
And
basically it's all tax shelters.
Yeah.
It's how to pay the least taxes.
Yep.
On what you're.
And then they find a way for that company to pay your bills too.
Right.
And then
Well,
you,
and
then
that's
you
what
deduct
I-
them on
but
the other side.
that's the best thing.
There's
Like
a whole fucking
And that's
loop.
the
Jimmy-
whole point of the government is the government's paying the bills for that house.
But before he became president,
he was doing that
the
too.
house was self-sustainable.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
they
yeah.
rent.
I'm saying
How
it's
much you think a
self-sustainable.
fucking night in
But
that place
it
around
still
the
costs
goldfish
money.
there?
It still costs money to maintain that house.
But how
Oh,
much
it costs
is
a
around the
shit ton
golf?
of money.
But that's what I'm saying. That money is sort of offset
Nothing.
by the government.
Or the people who stay there.
Paul.
Correct, which is
Right.
The
In this-
government is just
right
government.
now, in this case, it happens to be the government.
right.
But before he became president, it
Other
wasn't.
people were staying there.
And in
it's still-
between
yeah.
presidencies,
Yeah,
Oh,
no, no,
and you
but
have weddings there and banquets.
I just
for
happen to
wealthy
use
people.
I just happen to use the government just because he happens to be president now. What I'm saying, but
Oh,
the point
yeah.
being is that they find different ways to generate revenue to kind of like shift their money around that us people don't normally think of because we
Oh
don't
yeah,
have that
because we don't have
capability.
that kind of cash.
Yeah,
right.
Right. We don't
Yeah.
have it. We don't
It,
have.
it would
I
cost
wish I
it would
had
cost
that.
us more
we
to
don't
try and
have
move the money
financial
than it does to
exactly.
have the
We
money.
don't have financial people saying, "Oh no, do this."
It's the
Also
thing is,
true.
The thing is, they have that foundation. So even Trump had that foundation with his father, and it kind of snowballs
Right.
into it manifests to something bigger.
Yeah.
We don't have that, aside from Paul's comedy selling out last weekend. We don't really have that same,
Well, it wasn't Paul's comedy that sold out. He
No.
just happened to show up.
No, the first one sold out pretty much.
No, you just happened to show up.
No, the first one was
Oh,
my
you
show.
didn't
Which
cancel?
show?
PAL.
Wow.
Friday was mine, and Saturday was Conti's.
Okay.
I had the dumbest conversation with my brother-in-law. He talked about we're playing lottery. We went to the fucking Wawa and we bought Powerball and we bought Mega Millions tickets. And he's like, if I want 100 million, I'm just going to show up there and I'm going to give my kids all this money. And I'm like, no. If we win, we're going to a fucking really good accountant. And
Yeah,
spending
and
a
hiding
cou-
as much as we
we're
can.
spending a couple of weeks at that accountant before you even tell anyone.
that's
we
why a
fucking-
lot
Yeah.
of people
He's
don't
like,
come forward with
I
that.
don't care if I have to pay all that tax money, and they take it off. And then I'm trying to explain to him why I would take the 20 years versus he would take the lump sum, because you get so much more money when you do it over the 20 years. You get the whole amount in the 20 years.
Well, also you
You
get
get
the
45% if you take it as a lump sum.
right,
I
but
would
also
still take the lump
nowadays
sum.
you get to
Always
you.
take the lump sum.
I would never.
Always take the lump sum.
I don't trust myself. I'm not a spender, right? I really am not. My wife could probably.
No,
spend it.
we know you're cheap.
My wife's
No,
like
no,
Bruce just made.
always take the lump sum because then you could take that to. You don't trust the fucking state or the government to give you money in 20 years.
Right.
It's independent. I mean, I get what you're
It's
saying.
not
You know what I'm
independent, but
saying?
yeah.
They
It's
say
an
if you can
annuity
make more
that
than
they
nine,
could-
if you can make more than 9% a year, it's worth taking the lump sum. If you can't
Right.
make 9%,
Yeah, you
of the
can.
money-
Why wouldn't you be able to make 9%
I'm just
a year on
saying.
a fucking 100, 200 million, 300 million?
That's
But
easy to do.
With $1 billion, if I get 500 million after taxes, I walk away with
200,
350
maybe.
million,
No, not
350. Let's say 300.
Yeah.
Let's say 250
Two-
million.
yeah.
$250 million. You
Yeah.
can't make 9% on that. Then you've got the wrong people employed.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
but that goes back to having the right people, like
Yeah.
to know.
Oh,
have the
absolutely.
wherewithal.
Oh, if you got 200
Oh,
million, the
absolutely.
right people show up.
Oh yeah, they come knocking on
But
your
that's,
door.
but that's part of the problem, though.
Yeah.
Is that
Plus all those relatives you fucking haven't talked to since 1985.
but
So,
see, that's the
all my
problem.
relatives that got rid of me on social media.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
It's-
you'll be friended requests that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, see, you have a different influencers. So you're going to be bogged down by poor influencers. You're going to say, okay, here's my financial guy who knows what he's doing, who doesn't know jack shit. Those are some of the different
Yeah, you got to
factors.
know how to tell
where-
the difference, the shark that's going to find a way to rob you of half that money.
Yeah, and then what happens? I know I'm going through trouble getting money out of accounts. So monies that are in different annuities, like trying to get them out, like having banks allowing to withdraw the amount of money.
Mhm.
Because there's issues with that after a certain dollar amount. Like I think it's like over $1 million. You have to get like some golden seal.
I know talking about the golden check.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
cashier's check. is
But
gold
the
one.
truth of the matter is that's the other
Right.
thing rich people don't do. Cash.
Yeah.
They don't ever go. They sign their name and it gets billed out to some accountant somewhere. Rich people just go in there. Oh, that Ferrari, I'll take it. And then so he signs his name, and then the money gets transferred behind his back. And very few people go in.
Did
and
you
write
see
a
that
check.
documentary that was out? I spent out quite a long time. It's about a dude that won all this money on the lottery and what happened, and he lost it all. Because
Most people do.
dude,
Yeah.
dude, they had security footage within a week of fucking him winning. like 30 of his relatives came knocking on the door. Oh, hey, how you doing? Haven't seen
Yeah,
you in a
well,
while.
so
You know,
most people
they're
lose
trying to
it.
make out like they don't know that you won the lottery.
Most people lose it because they don't know what to do with large sums of money because they never had it.
Right.
But that's why the smart ones take it to the financial guys
Yep.
and say,
That's what I would
I
do.
just won.
I just
$80
like the idea
million.
of you know, if I really fuck up, which I won't.
Again?
Yeah, but I you know, if say you're getting 50 million a year for 20 years, let's just say.
I can't say
I
that.
can't think of a way to fuck up to
You
lose
can,
50
you can
million.
say it.
But if
No,
somebody
you
robbed
can't
it,
say that.
You can
No,
say
no, no.
anything.
Let me tell you something. The state and the lottery could go bankrupt anytime.
True.
Anytime.
but it's independent. In
And
theory.
it doesn't
is
matter.
it in
They could
theory?
go bankrupt anytime.
Well,
They don't
is it
own
I'm
you.
just
insurance?
saying is if you're a fucking retard or you get robbed, I know that January 1st I'm getting another 50 million.
Wait, hold on.
Unless they go belly up.
Wait, hold on a second. Is it insured? Is the money
Yeah,
insured?
it is. It's annuities.
It's
They
an
buy
annuity.
annuity. They
It's
buy an
annuity.
annuity. So unless the insurance company, which incidentally the government will bail out, no question. So I haven't got to worry about it going belly up because if it tanks, just like in COVID, they're gonna fucking just hand them the money. I haven't got to worry about that.
Depending on what they're not going to bail out.
And depending on who's in charge at that time.
AIG, didn't they bail AIG out in COVID? Was
Yeah,
it
I thought they
AIG?
did.
Yeah, they bailed AIG
Oh
out.
yeah. Well,
You telling me they're not going to do
AIG
that
is
to the company that
fucking
I've got my
huge.
annuity in?
That they have a lot invested in because of the lottery system. And how long would it take for them to have to default on it? Like you're talking about like either a huge major crash where everything's fucking going down, even your assets are going to lose
Right.
value.
Yeah.
So I mean, if the country's going down like that, it means we're all going down, including
Yeah.
like wherever you have
Wherever
your
else
money.
I put the lump sum.
Yeah. So
Hey, if
Not me.
I- you
Because
know
at
what?
that
I
point,
just
when I
don't
see
trust
those
the
warning signs, I'm fucking packing shit up and going.
Under the
government's a
mattress.
bunch of
Put the
shitheads.
money cash under the mattress.
But
Eh.
see, this
I
way
don't
you're
care
smarter.
if I'm getting 50 million a year and it tanks so badly that January 1st the next year I go in there and the guy's like, "Look, it fucked up. We've only got 20 million for it," and I'm gonna be like, "Okay, I don't feel that bad.
No, I
50 would have been great." But
You could take the lump sum,
Mhm.
and then January 1st, the guy could say, the state fucked up. We were only going to give you 20. But since we invested it for you, you're going to get 60.
But it's two different
You were
things.
supposed to get 50.
You could take the 500 and put it into your own annuity, or you could let the state do a 20-year annuity that has the 1 year stagger in it.
Keep in mind, the main reason that I would not do an annuity is because annuity cannot be passed along.
I thought they
It
changed
covers
that.
you for the rest of
They
your life.
recently changed that, I
There's,
thought.
there's free annuities
I don't
now.
think so.
No, there's free annuities. There's one where you get a certain amount.
So you get less.
There's three different staggers. The one you get the most is if they say it's for your life, just you, right? So then the next one is if you die, your wife can continue. So if she lives another 30 years, they're fucked. And then the third kind is I walk in there with 500. They say we're going to give you $30,000 a month, but after 20 years, your principal you get handed it back. So there is one where you keep it. There is one. now. 'Cause
Unless,
I was
what I'm
looking into-
saying, what I'm saying is, if you die,
no,
on an annuity, if you die, like
That's
like,
untrue,
like,
the
like,
first two.
like my pension.
The first one is just you.
If I
you
take
die,
the
it's gone.
annuity, so I have the
second one
ability to
is
take
the wife.
I have the ability to take the lump sum
Yeah.
from my pension, and
Mhm.
that's exactly what I'm gonna do because I could live for 2 months after
Right.
I get it,
Yeah.
and die, and no one else gets it.
Right.
No one
But
gets
I'm saying
it. My
there's
wife
three
doesn't get
different
it.
kinds of annuities.
My
now.
kids are
There's
not the one that I have.
No, I understand, but I'm saying once you buy, if you go to buy one yourself now,
Mm-hmm.
you get there's one where it's your life. You get X amount a month until you die, right?
Right,
That's
and
you.
2 months later, that money's gone.
Second one is you can roll it to a spouse. So if you outlive
But you
your
get
wife,
less money.
a little bit less,
Yeah.
but she might outlive you by 20 years.
That's exactly what the pension.
And then the
is.
third one is
That's exactly
yeah,
what my pension
Right.
is. Why would I do that?
But the third one is in
Why
an
would I want
annuity,
my money to go away?
Yeah, third one
but
you
you're
get the
also-
principal back. The third type, you never lose it. So if you die, the kids still get it, and then at the end of the 20-year annuity, they get the principal back. So there's no one's ever leave. No one's leaves.
Well,
any
how
money
are they going to guarantee me money every month based on a principle that's not touched?
because
what's the
they're
investment?
investing it.
That's they
Yeah.
guarantee that.
Yeah,
So then, if they can
Yeah, it's
guarantee
insured.
that, then I'll give them the fucking lump
I'm just
sum.
telling you, it's insured.
Then I'm going to give them the lump sum and let them
I
invest.
bet you
If
there's
they
a
can
cap on how
guarantee
much, but I
me.
guarantee there's a
Yeah,
cap.
If they can guarantee me,
Yeah, but
those
is there a cap on
returns,
how many of those annuities you could have?
I don't know about that, but there's definitely going to be a
That's what
cap
I'm
on the
saying.
dollar amount per annuity. There's got to be, right?
So that's how my pension's set up. I can take
Yeah.
the whole thing for myself,
Mhm.
retire, and die 2 months later, and no one gets a dime.
So your concern is a differentiating factor with most people or most Americans is that you have a
you
have
want to
a
live your life
concern.
now and not worry about next month. Or you might be dead.
Well, no, but you have concerns. So you obviously go through your due diligence of like how you would handle your certain criteria and expectations. Everyone
Right.
has like a different
Oh
set.
yeah.
And not everyone is thinking and along those same lines. You're thinking more conservatively, and to some degree, and you actually have it thought out like 7 steps. Most people only have it thought out 2 steps.
They think about tomorrow. And that's
They owe me. They owe me. I spend it.
Yeah, exactly. No, and that's the thing. Like all of a sudden going by stuff because again they're not used to having that type of money.
There's 2 new companies that came out not that long ago. What they do is they have 200 member banks or more, and you know how the FDIC insurance on I think it's 250 or 500. I think it went up, but if they have 200 member banks and they will put 250K in a CD in each of the 200, so your insurance is good.
Yeah, the FDIC insures up to 250,
but on each bank,
you would,
or
you would have to
with a spouse.
You would have to.
Yeah, so these companies
that's the smart thing.
Yeah, these
you
companies
have to spread
they,
out.
they have member banks that
Right.
will all. You now have a CD of 400 banks, but they're all insured because they're all below the minimum insurance level.
Right. That's
so
how
that's
you would
another
have to
good
do
thing
it. You would
too.
have to spread it out unless you go to a high wealth management.
Right.
Then they do it and they take care of it, but they have other banks
You
that
should be
they
able to
use.
walk in with 500 million and say, "Look, I want 12%.
Exactly.
Give it to get, and I want it fucking
Exactly.
And you have to pay for an insurance policy that safeguards my money too.
You're talking about like called financial analysts. That's for simplistic terms. You want someone a company that's going to take
A fiduciary to take care of it.
Yeah,
to take care of
he
your
wants to
money.
go Colonial Penn for that $9.95.
Right.
Right.
Right. So
But-
if
no, but
I
see-
were to
but-
take
no, so that's a circumstantial situation. So, like for me, I know I could probably die, relatively soon. So, thank you.
Both at the same time.
First standing ovation I've gotten.
No, we're not standing. We're not standing.
So, and if the money cannot be sent over to my family or kids, then yes, I would want the lump sum because I'm like, all right, listen, I have a short window. So there's different circumstances where you would want to do.
It depends how old you are. Why would
Yeah.
you? Why? I'm 53, right? So if I took the 20-year now, there's a pretty reasonable chance I would last that long.
I won't.
But
I
no,
won't.
he won't.
I hope not.
You don't think you'll last 20 years from now?
last 20 years from
Yeah.
now? Absolutely.
So why wouldn't you? I understand why you didn't take 20. You're gonna think that you're gonna invest.
I'm not worried about me.
Yeah.
I'm worried about them. I don't fucking trust the state. I
Oh,
don't trust the
you're worried
government. I
about-
don't trust any of the bullshit people who run things. You think our government's in good shape
You sound
financially?
like if you win the 500 million, that shit's going under your mattress.
No, it's not going on my mattress. It's going to some big fat fucker on Wall Street who knows how to handle it.
It better
Not
be
the state.
If you
not
got
the
500
government.
million, it better be going to 25 different guys on Wall Street.
Yeah,
Just
and
diversify,
exactly.
motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I want.
But it's
people
not staying with the
closer
government,
around.
as he's
I
saying.
don't want them to say, "Yeah, we said we're going to send you 50 million, but we had to pay for more schools in the states, so now you're going to get 20."
Yeah.
Fuck that. That's my money. I don't give a shit.
Well,
what
that's
the fuck-
property tax.
So
And that's what I worry about. I worry about them fucking it up. Now, because also you don't have recourse if the state or the government fucks it up. You can't sue them. But if Merrill Lynch fucks it up, I can sue them.
okay, but would
True.
you rather go and speak to those oil barons? Would you rather go to speak to like kin of who will handle your money as opposed to like, all right, we have this lump sum of money. I'm just going to go to some guy in Wall Street who might not know what to do with that amount of money.
Dude, if I don't
mean-
know one guy in Wall Street, well, maybe there's 10.
I know a few.
There's 10 guys in Wall Street that if you walked in with 500 million, they're not going to go, wow, I think I'm going to steal this and get the fuck out of here.
See, and that's where I'd be concerned.
That's a
Actually, you
lot-
know why?
That's a lot of fucking
They know.
money to
They
walk
know
to
with
one
that
guy.
500 million, they can make at least that much for themselves eventually down
Well,
the
you
line
don't
with
think
that.
these hedge fund billionaires who are worth 50, 60, 70 billion have 2 trillion in assets?
But I'm saying there's not that many of those guys.
So-
there's a shit ton of those.
I know.
guys.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton of
You know
those
how many
guys.
just in Goldman
Absolutely.
Sachs?
Yeah, Goldman Sachs alone. I have a buddy who works for Goldman Sachs.
Yeah.
with 1.2 million.
But see,
just doing
like,
trades.
but you trust the financial. See, I don't trust the financial industry. That's where I would rather go to the oil barons who's like, all right, you guys have a lineage of
Well,
money. How do you
maybe-
invest your money?
Maybe I'll take it to a guy who has those connections.
So, I mean, that's
I don't know the
I
oil
don't know who I
barons.
trust at that point.
I trust
So-
a few people.
So that's where you're going down this rabbit hole
But that
of
was
like
not
who do
half
you
$1 billion.
trust?
You
And-
trust
and-
them.
Obviously,
They
you would
wouldn't
have
just
to
take
do
your
the
money and get the
research.
fuck out of Dodge.
If you
Right.
like I say, okay, I want to
Yeah,
take
it's
my
signed
money
off
and
on.
go to the
I
back-
have shit signed off, and I'm
I
not
know
fucking
they're worth
stupid. But
billions
yeah,
of dollars. I know they make financial decisions left and right all day long. That's what they do. They have trillions of dollars on their assets. If I went in there with another 500 million, they could just make me money.
Well, yeah,
BlackRock.
but again, it goes
Like that
back
billions,
to
yeah, BlackRock's the biggest one, right?
It's one of the biggest. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I trust them?
I would do.
why would you
I would
actually, BlackRock loans our government money, so
Honestly,
I
yeah.
trust them
I
a
would
little
go
more.
to 5 different places if I had
Yeah,
that kind of
Well,
money.
that's what
Exactly.
I'm saying. I would split it
Diversify.
up, but it would
Yeah.
be the top 5 guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but not at the same building.
yes,
No,
but
it
see,
would be. It could be the different office.
Yeah.
I don't give.
I
a
wouldn't
shit.
trust that.
I would.
I'd be like, I'm going to
100
Goldman
million,
Sachs
five-
with 100. I'm going to BlackRock.
wait,
with
why
100.
would you get advice from someone who has a vested interest who could potentially take your money? So, like, why are you going to get advice from that person? As opposed
Technically,
to,
that's what a fiduciary is. They're supposed to be on your side, right?
Right. Fiduciaries can't do that legally.
Well, yeah, legally. But that's what I'm saying.
And that's why,
where-
like he said, you could sue them to make up for that. Because as a fiduciary, they're not legally able to do that.
Okay, if they don't have the money, like they don't have the assets, you can sue them all you want. It's
No,
like
what
suing
I'm
the
saying
government.
is the
Yeah, we're not gonna go to one dude and fucking
Yeah.
say, "Hey, what's
Yeah.
up? My buddy John's gonna take this cashier."
Mo-
check
but
and
most
find out. I hope I
fiduciary-
see him again.
Most companies that have that many fiduciaries are going to have that kind of money in reserves.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, if you're that paranoid about the government investing money, you should also be that paranoid about a business corporation and how they would handle your money because of all the schemes that we know about.
Well, who else would I go to?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying.
I would put it in different countries too. Like in England, they have, it's just they have investment companies in England, just very similar to America.
Why should I trust them?
But I'm saying is, I'll put half in England, half
No,
in
I'm saying,
America.
why should I trust anybody?
So
Why?
trust.
Yeah,
trust
I have
someone-
$500 million.
With
I
that
should
much
stick it
money,
in my mattress.
that much money, you better be the most paranoid motherfucker in the history of the world.
Not really. That's
so
not a
trust
lot.
someone-
You know how many
trust
people have more
someone-
money
To
than that?
you it is.
That's my whole point.
No,
You
it's
trust
not.
someone who has like money, who has the same type of not resources, but
Yeah.
have the resources where you want to go. That's what I'm saying. I would go to the oil barons to say, listen, you guys have this money. You know how to invest it. Because
Why
obviously
would I
we don't
trust
know-
them?
Yeah, I'm not trusting some dude
Because
riding
they're
a
not
camel.
investing the money for you, and you're not investing into their accounts. You're learning how they go and invest their money.
They want
where
money
they
for
put their
that.
money.
They want some money for that. They're not going to tell you how to do that.
That's what
shit
I'm
for
saying.
free.
I bring
That's true, too.
That's a network. I mean, that's a networking thing that down the road they will.
I
but
bring $500 million to Saudi Arabia. I don't think they'd rip me off. Possibly.
no, but the thing is, I'm not giving them the money to invest.
You've got more legal protections probably here than there.
There's
Yeah.
there's learning. And basically, what I'm saying is, you have to be your own advocate. So if you're already saying you don't trust the government, then why should you trust the financial institutions?
I would
That
not.
means-
I don't trust the government because I can't sue them if they fuck it up.
But see, the
So you're
thing
saying is there might not actually be a problem there. You're just covering your risk. That's really what it is.
Right. It's not
That's
that
what you should
someone's
do.
going to
Yeah,
hand
no,
off.
I
If
understand.
somebody dropped $500 million on my lap, I'd have to do something with it.
Oh yeah.
I personally don't want the government handling it. That's all.
Do you trust the FDIC insurance if you put it all in CDs? I mean, it's very, obviously you
Well,
can't put
but that-
500 million in CDs, but if you could, the amount of money you could put in
it's
CDs that are
government.
FDIC
Again, it would
insured.
have to be spread across. That's
That's what-
insurance.
yeah,
But you
that's
trust the
government.
insurance is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't have $250,000 in an account besides my 401k.
But see, that's
Which is
what
in one
Which is
account.
not FDIC insured.
It's not.
see. That's what I'm saying. Go to
Talking of
people.
which, I want to see if I
So-
fucking lost a bunch of money.
So that's what I'm saying. Go to people who have diversified accounts. And
Yeah. So you go to BlackRock.
you want to go
You
and
go
also
to Cantor Fitzgerald. You go
Yeah.
to JC
Well, hold
Morgan
on.
Chase.
You
go to
also
all
wanna
these,
go-
you spread it out.
you want to go with like people though. So I want to deal with people who are like me in that same wealth. I want to start developing that network because those are the people I want to be around.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
90%
why
of Wall
I'm on
Street.
disability, so that's from about retards.
No, I'm saying
Have you
that's,
seen where
that's
you're
what
sitting?
Yes.
that's what Wall Street is.
You see who your ride home is, right?
Why do you think I went like this? Ta-da.
Check.
No,
Ask
what
me
I'm
a question,
saying is,
Jack.
what I'm saying is, I would take it to Wall Street. 5 different major big players on Wall Street. Those are like people.
How
Those
much?
are like 500 million. We could deal with that.
How
We
much
normally
out of-
deal
They
with-
deal with more than that in a
How
day.
much,
That's what I mean.
how much
Yeah.
out of 500 would you take to a place where you could lose the money, like the place you just talked about? Would you put everything in 5 places, or would you put 100?
Oh,
billion
no.
Guaranteed FDI insured. I don't care how many banks it has to be in.
No, whatever they do, they know the key. I take it
But
to
they could-
BlackRock
the
and I
so-
say,
the
here's
market-
100 million.
But the market could tank, and you could lose everything with those guys.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that 100 million that you just happen to put in 450 banks, it's safe now. So I'm diversifying. Like, when you get
so
older.
why wouldn't they put it in somewhere where it could
But they're going to be out
actually
in the,
FDIC
those guys are going to be
insured?
out in the stock market or the
Not necessarily.
venture capital stuff. You know
but-
what I
but
mean? They're
the
not going
thing
to be
is-
buying CDs for you. I wouldn't have thought.
How do you know?
I don't know.
How
I
do you
don't
know
think
they're
they,
not going to diversify it?
I didn't think they
When,
diversified outside of.
when you talked to BlackRock and they took your 500 million, what did they tell you?
That's what I'm asking.
They don't know. I don't know.
I think BlackRock. I think all those companies they're all uninsured. You could lose your principal type investments. I don't think you go to BlackRock and say, "Hey, I
Well-
need 500 CDs, 100,000 each." They're going to be like,
what
"Go to
I'm,
the fucking bank."
well,
We
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying is, you don't think they have some sort of coverage? You think that they just
I
lose
don't know how it
people
works.
money and they're the biggest ones on the planet and they lose people money all the time?
Yeah, it's shifting money around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Ponzi scheme. Your 500 is going to
But
pay the dude they lost the money last week.
well, and that's my
You
whole,
know?
whole point. That's where I would want to go to someone.
Kind of like Social Security.
I want to go to someone who's
You have
not
to worry
part of
about
the
that if we've got
infrastructure.
500 million. Though.
Because someone who's part of the infrastructure, if you have a concern about the government losing money, then you have to be paranoid of anyone who's in that infrastructure.
So under the mattress is what you're
Well,
saying.
that's
Right,
that's
that's
what
where it should
Saudi
go. I should
Arabia
just hide it
who's
in my
not a part
garage.
of this.
They don't have mattresses.
They don't.
So
They have
Saudi
cameras.
Arabia can steal my money just as quick, if not
I'm not saying
quicker.
investing in Saudi Arabia.
Well,
I'm not
that's what
saying
you would
handle-
do.
No, I'm saying you talk because they don't have all their money in Saudi Arabia. They also have their money diverse.
Right.
But see, it's not coming from one source. Whether you call it different financial companies, they're all being sourced from the same place. It's all United States. It's all based on some type of investment.
Mhm.
And it's all within like the same general area. Okay. Yes, you get some outside the country. Obviously, diversified. But see, what I want to know is because again, I want to start getting into this class of people. All right. So you can hand over your money and invest, but when you have that much money, you're getting into being a different class of people, and you have to learn how to live in that.
Not me. I want to be in the hood.
Whole lifestyle, and that's what I'm saying. You start to network
house.
with
Well,
lifestyle.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's Wall Street.
But see,
And a
that's why I
Chevelle
think it's
for
Wall
what
Street
year?
because
What year?
again, that's one.
Uber.
If
Yeah.
the government goes down, Wall Street's also probably going to go down too, because a lot of times they're tied together.
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, if government's going down, Wall Street's going to get it down. You can't trust.
So your
either.
money's not safe anywhere.
Correct.
And the worst part is, as dollar bills, it still decreases in value.
But
If
where,
inflation-
so then where do you put it that it's going to be the safest?
Elon Musk is going
Because-
to take it to the Mars colony and put
What
it on
I
that
want to
bank.
do is I want to get my paranoia out, and I want to actually learn.
That's
what
why
I'm gonna do.
I would diversify. This room wouldn't be big enough to list the diversifications I would have if I had that much money.
Again, I go back to I want to be a part of that class because I'm not going to be hanging out around in Alpine anymore. You know, I'm going to
Liar.
Well, I probably will. You know, I'm going to go somewhere else, and I'm going to be around like people. I'm not going to be around like Markland doing open mic comedy. You know,
Liar.
I probably will.
So you're saying is you get 20 black guys for your girlfriend, not 10.
Exactly. That's because
So
I have the
what
money.
I'm saying is, I take my money and I spread it
No
across
girl would
Wall
be in my
Street,
house if
5
I
different
had
big banks,
$500
but 2 of those banks have
That's a lot of-
connections in Saudi
Never mind.
Arabia.
Oh, you know, but I'm talking about
I don't have connections.
You could buy a lot of people for
but
that.
when you have that money,
On an
that
hourly
opens
basis.
the door to have those connections.
That's
what I
rentals.
want to do is I want to be around like people, and I want to know. I want to think like them. I want to think like Elon Musk and how he.
But you realize there's people in that group that will fucking rob you just as easy as the fucking poor guy.
But I'm not saying invest. I'm saying I want to learn. I want to. If I'm that paranoid about like having anyone, then I want to fucking learn.
What was the movie where the dude in the hood got money and he was
what I'm
hanging
saying
out
is
with like
you
all the
couldn't
rich
handle
hotels
500
and all the
million
fucking
on your
rich
own
people?
anyway.
But I would want to learn.
Trading places.
So before my money goes anywhere,
Almost.
I would want to learn.
Where
and
would you put
understand.
your money in the meantime?
In the meantime?
You just stick it in your house?
No.
500 million in cash in your house?
How long do you think it takes for the government to hand you over the check for five however much it is?
I
That
don't
week.
know.
It's real quick, yeah.
Is it like if it's
Yeah.
that
That's
amount
why.
of
That's
money?
why people
They
don't come
wire it. I
forward
don't think
right
they give you a
away.
check.
That's why people
well,
don't
yeah.
come over right away, because smart people, when somebody says, "Oh, hey, someone just won $750 million in a lottery," I hope they come forward soon. And
Yeah.
then 5 months later, you find out who it is because they
No,
run
New
around.
Jersey now
Yeah.
you can not put your name
You
on
can
it
be
now.
anonymous,
Yeah.
but they wait 5-6 months, and usually it's 5 or 6 months later that you go, "Oh, that guy finally came forward."
That happened
who
in
won
Neptune. You saw
who-
that, right?
Who won the
Yeah.
Mega Millions? He was in Colorado, whatever. 6 months later, they came forward because he spent 6 months
Figuring
shoring
out
up,
what to do.
talking
Yeah.
to BlackRock
See,
and
but
Saudi
that's-
Arabia,
and that's
Taking
what
his
I'm
wife
talking
out of the
about.
house.
But see,
Get
that's
his
what I'm
wife the
talking.
fuck
That's
out.
when you do that.
He had that
Wait,
problem
you don't
taken
know
care
that.
of.
Yeah,
You have to
exactly.
trust those other people
But
because
see,
you have to do
You still
something
get
in
it
the
took 10
meantime.
months.
What,
The guy
that's what I'm
Neptune
talking
got
about,
for.
like going in networking. It's starting that. Absolutely, you're not going to learn everything, but you're going to start understanding ideas of what to do. So we are narrow-minded. We know how to do things within like our own capitalist structure. Okay,
Right.
they work in a different financial structure,
Right.
and I want to know how to deal with their financial structure because they are not going to get bankrupt like the U.S. government and the corporations will. Okay, they'll get bankrupt another way.
He doesn't have exposure and all the same shit everyone else has.
They do.
They do, but I guarantee that the other places too, because they're dealing with other markets. So we're
Same
What
as
you're saying is we should buy
the same as the
Epstein
Elon
Island.
Musk and
We'll buy Epstein
Bill
Island
Gates of the
and we'll
world.
bring all those guys over.
that's what I'm talking. See, that's where I want to start thinking.
So when I'm at the World Economic Forum the year after that, I will tell you guys where to put your money.
But what I'm saying though is,
As
that
I sit down with all these people,
you
and
have to
I want to go to Bohemian Grove and watch all that shit live, and I want to jerk off to the Burning Owl.
So I would go meet with the guys on
You know
Wall
what you should
Street
do if you win that money?
who
Then?
have
As
the
well,
buy your
diversifications
company
all over
and
the
then
world.
demolish
As well,
the
but
All
building.
those companies are
Just
global.
demolish it.
No,
I
I
don't have to
understand
go to
that.
Saudi Arabia. I just have
What
to go to
was-
Wall Street.
Oh,
They'll
remember
take it to
Forrest
Saudi
Gump?
Arabia.
I'm talking. See,
Remember
we're
Forrest
talking
Gump
two different
bought
things.
the house with the
I'm talking
guy-
about you're
Dad was
building a
fiddling with
network.
Jenny when she was a
I'm
kid.
talking about building a
Then he
network of
demolished
how
the
to
house.
live
She
your
got
life. You're saying
fucking
get a lump sum
Oh, I
money.
know how to live my life. I don't need that.
No,
I don't need that.
You're going to a different life, and again, you're trying to trust these people. And when you start saying
I'm going there.
off the bat that you don't trust the government,
What is that?
well, then you shouldn't trust these other
you
organizations.
must
No, I
secret
have to
if you
trust
get it on
somebody.
that
I
fucking
trust the
internet.
government a little less.
Well, it
Someone's gotta
was
take the
secret
money.
until people infiltrated
Someone's
it, and
gotta
now
take
the
Yeah,
secrets
no,
are
I
out.
agree.
But they still do this.
But then
Someone's gotta
then
handle
figure out what are the
So-
best ways to maintain it. Because again, those oil barons, I'm just using the oil barons. There's many financial.
Right.
They have this whole lineage. Of how
I
they
want
have their
shark
money set up,
barons.
like of how their family and their.
I want sharks with
you know,
freaking
all
lasers.
kinds of
So in other words,
Sharks
I'm
with
not gonna go
freaking
knock on the
lasers.
door in Saudi Arabia. I'm going to bring it to New York, and they're going to knock on the door in Saudi Arabia.
Then you're trusting them.
I think.
I have to trust someone.
Well, see, but the
I
thing
don't
is,
have
under the
500
mattress,
million
you
in
don't
my
trust no
mattress.
one.
I have to
but
trust
like,
someone.
cleaning lady.
but why would you trust the government versus the financial institutions, or vice versa? Like, why would you trust one?
I have to trust someone
But based on what?
Mattress.
based on their
Put it under
reputation,
the mattress.
what they're doing already. I have to trust someone
Okay.
with $500 million. I'm
So,
not
but-
going to
but
handle
you're
myself.
saying-
You're
but
not
you're
going
saying
to
on
handle
pa-
yourself.
No, but you're saying on paper that the government it's a better financial investment to take the money and run, which is less money. And I'm sure you get fucking taxed the hell out of.
Yeah.
Um,
You fucking huge taxes, but the government's not going to fuck it up.
Yeah, but see,
So
Only you're responsible for fucking your own money up at that
Absolutely.
point.
Just
That's
like
what he's
Social
getting at.
Security.
He doesn't care who fucks
Just
up.
like Social
He wants to be
Security.
responsible for it.
yeah,
Right.
but my thing is, if the government like goes down, those corporations will probably go down as
No.
well.
I want me to be responsible for it. I pay into Social Security that might not ever give back to me.
And
I pay a lot of money in Social Security. You know that?
that's a different system,
Yeah.
though.
It's not a different system. It's me giving the government money and then
them
telling me,
invest it. They
and them
invest it.
telling me you might not get it back.
Because that's
No, them
that's
telling you
so-
you're not getting it
Social
back.
Security,
You're not getting all of it.
Social
back.
Security was set up differently, and it was set up incorrectly because Social Security was based off of life.
Everybody
expectancy.
died at 60.
Yeah,
It
And
was
so-
also set up to not be touched. And what happened?
It got
They
touched.
just-
Johnson,
did
Johnson
it to someone,
fucking
didn't
raided
they?
it and
Okay.
paid all the other bills that they ran money up
but
on.
see, that's a different system. That's Social Security. That's different than the lottery system. I mean, those are two.
No,
different
but it's still the
lotteries.
government.
It's yeah,
it's the
in
government who
general.
said.
But that's.
This-
But I'm saying, wait. Let me
government
just
said,
simplify
this.
this.
Is an account you're not allowed to touch because we have to pay this to the old people. And our government said, yeah, that's cute. We're going to steal that money anyway.
Dude, it's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
No,
It is.
I know exactly what it is,
Yeah.
and it's the government's Ponzi scheme.
Right, but that, my point is, wait, hold on, time out. Let me
If you give
clarify
me
this
the
real
money
quick.
and I
Wait,
blow it-
Shay, let me just clarify this. He's saying that he wants to be in charge of his money getting fucked up. He doesn't want to let the government do it. If he goes to the wrong company, it's on him.
Right.
That's the simple way of
If
doing
I
it.
take it to BlackRock and BlackRock blows it all, I could probably hire a big fat lawyer to sue BlackRock. You can't sue the government.
So my question is, what's the differential? What are you losing out by taking a lump sum early versus having it spread out with all the taxes? Like how much money you're losing out, and then
He
what's
doesn't
the return
care.
on investment? And what's the return on investment that you're getting from those other companies?
If I die, if I take the lump
You
sum,
gotta
that's
get
an
more than
annuity.
9%.
If I die, nobody else gets that money on the annuity. You know that, right?
Okay.
On an annuity,
No,
most
you-
annuities,
we-
no, the government sets that annuity up for you. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
die,
No, I
here's your
get that.
20 million a
Yeah, I
year.
get
Here's your
that,
50
yeah.
million a year. Oh, you died next year? Thanks for the money, Paul. Your family's fucked.
That's why I
Unless
walk-
you take the 50
That's
million
why I
you get
walk in
checked,
there
you
with
get.
my kids and my grandkids, and all of us fucking
Sign off on
the
it.
paper that
Yeah.
we want it, and we get
Well,
our
now you
share.
get less.
Yeah, but I don't.
Well, now
I-
you get less.
I'm
Now,
not
whoa,
one
whoa,
of
whoa,
those-
whoa. Now you no longer get that check for 50 million anymore. January 1st. Now it's 10 million because they're going to spread it out over your kids and your grandkids and
No,
all
I
that other shit.
understand that. But I'm
But-
So
saying-
now it's not your
but
money
it's-
But the
but
anymore.
it's
total
not
amount of
the whole
money
point.
the family
What's
gets
that?
is
The whole point of like if you died early, it's because you would want to give money back to your family.
So now he dies. So he's 50 million every year. He dies. Now it's down to 40. They don't split his 50. His
yeah,
10.
but it's something. Though.
Yeah,
and again, it's
I
what's
could
the
leave some-
differential?
listen, $500 million. I could leave that to my kids. No problem.
What's the differential with the taxes? And there
I
has to be a
don't.
break-even
I
point.
don't. I don't want the government
9%.
fucking it up.
No, but my point is, he doesn't care. He wants to make that decision for himself. He doesn't want to leave them in charge.
Okay,
That's it.
No, that's fine. But what I'm saying is there's got to be a break-even point. Okay, there's got to be a break-even point where it makes financial sense to do that strategy versus collecting the.
But to him, it makes financial sense to do it his way because that's what he wants.
yes, I'm looking at- I'm looking at numbers.
So that's the
Right.
defining line. He's like, I already looked into it. He's like,
Way
fuck it, I'm
around
good.
What you're talking about, with where they lose money if I die, I pay the lottery payment gets paid into a trust that we're all members of, and then if I die, they get a bigger percentage, so you don't lose anything.
So then you don't use it.
I don't lose it.
You don't lose. You don't
If
use
I
it.
die,
then.
my piece still goes in the trust because the trust is who won. The trust is an entity that's not a huge. It's
Do they allow you to do that with the trust?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
There's
That's why you
many
go to a
different
good
ways to
fucking
do
lawyer
it.
before
All
you
I
walk
know
in
is
there.
lump sum's always the best way to go.
So,
If I was
but
20, there's no way I'd do lump sum.
see, I don't,
That's different, though. We're not 20.
That's what I'm
So we're
saying.
not 20.
So
Right.
I think that's more of a personal preference than actually
That's what I
a
think.
financial.
That's what he's saying. That's what my
That's
whole
what I'm saying.
point. He,
Oh,
he-
okay.
That's his
That's-
personal preference. He's not saying that
Personally,
everybody
I
should
would
do that.
never let the government handle an annuity for me. Never.
So, but that's not the necessary right decision. That's just
That's the right
you.
decision for him.
Exactly.
Right, that's what I'm
At
saying.
our age,
Right.
taking the 20 years is a gamble, especially if you're Dave Hodge and you get 20 million a year and you decide to go with your wife and drink that for the whole year, the chances of you surviving to 20 is pretty fucking slim.
Right.
You know? So if you're going to drink it, take the 500.
Right.
You know?
But I think it's a case. I think it's a case by. I think it's one of these things. It's a personal preference.
Oh
It's
yeah,
case by case
but
scenario.
the
That's
truth
what
of
he's
the matter
saying.
Is,
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is,
He's
if you,
saying
if
why
you
he
look it
wouldn't
up,
do it.
Right.
I'll tell you why I wouldn't do it. If you look it up, most people do the lump sum because their financial people tell them to do it that way.
I think some people are stupid and they just think it's, oh, well, look, I got 500 million.
I think it's smart that you question it because then that's when you're going to start like you don't like.
Oh yeah,
You
You're
ask
going to break the
questions.
spreadsheets out and you're going to figure out what's good for you.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is, okay, I'm going a step further because I want to be a part of that class. I want to be part of that.
Oh, no,
upper-
no, and
No, I don't
you'll-
care about
you'll
that.
be-
I want to be a part of that
it's like I'm
class
saying.
and pray to the fucking burning owl in the middle of the woods
I don't
while I'm
care
running around
about-
naked
I
and
don't
jerking
care
off.
about cocktail parties at the fucking Waldorf Astoria.
Oh, no, I
don't
do.
need- I don't need any of that.
I could do that.
I don't need any of that. You know what I need? My own private fucking beach on an
See,
island
and then
somewhere.
This goes to personal preference. Like where,
Absolutely.
I want
absolutely.
both.
And you know what? You're right in the sense that doing that is smart. But you have to trust somebody because you could be a part of that class and
But
they
I
can
have
still
a
rip you
different
off
objective.
blind.
I mean,
You
see,
know what I mean?
everyone has a different objective to it.
Yeah.
See, and where I went off on you was like the whole thing of not trusting the government. So then I went off on the trust part. So it's like, okay, who do you trust?
Well, the biggest fuck up is the government. We have to agree to that.
Oh, they're the worst person.
They're the worst person to anybody to deal with any money.
But
I'd
usually-
love to call my mortgage company. I'd like to stop paying my mortgage and call them up and say, I'm just not going to pay anymore. They're going to, where'd you learn that? My state, my town, my government, you name it. They all fucking, what do you think? Where the deficit is trillions of dollars for no reason? We just borrow money and never pay it back.
Well, then you can also look at the like, oh my god, the utilities. How much money we spend on the fucking utilities and paying those
Yeah.
guys to
Absolutely.
and a lot of that's subsidized by the government.
Can we
But
solve
you-
this by
but
just
you-
saying
you're
put
getting
half
a
the money in the
service.
government shit and half money in BlackRock? End of story.
So here's the thing. As far
That's
as no,
the
no, no,
diversification right
no,
there.
no. So here's the thing. You want to be part of that class. I could give a shit less about that. Again, preference, just
Yeah.
personal. But I want a $30,000 a night club, fucking bungalow somewhere where I can be left alone. But who am I going to run into at that place?
You're going to be Ted Kaczynski? in
Nobody.
the woods?
No. Who am I going to run into at a $30,000 a night place?
Your wife.
Like people who have money. It's not going to be like you want to get in on that class of people. I'm going to sit on the beach with my toes in the sand with a coconut drink with the umbrella. Who's going to be sitting next?
Wait,
to me?
isn't that
I
where
can
what's his
afford
name
that
is
same
from
thing. So
Girls
you're
Gone
making
Wild?
Your way into that class, whether you like it or not.
South America
Well,
somewhere.
but that's a different.
He has that resort in Mexico.
That's not the same class.
That's
I think
like-
it's a resort.
See,
Yeah, no, it's a resort,
I'm looking at one step
quote
above
unquote,
the class.
for like
This is all, again,
30 grand
it's
a
all
night.
Semantics because
No, he has
honestly,
that house. It was on the new
I
documentary
don't
on
use
Netflix.
the
Yeah.
lottery. I think the lottery is the biggest waste of money.
It's a great waste of money until you win.
I play once in a while. I play once in a while. I don't play
Yeah.
a lot. I play once in a while. And what I do is I do
Let's
have.
Blair's accountant saying, don't tell those guys our secrets.
We do have one of those. Everyone's got that fucking their. What is that? Their thing that they do, and I'll buy like one Jersey Cash 5 and one
Yeah.
6, and then I'll buy one more ticket. But I have the.
I used to pick
buy-
numbers with my kids'
a big-
birthdays, then I realized that I'm half the numbers I'm never going to, because who's born on the 59th of the month? The numbers
Yeah.
go up to 60, so why the fuck am I doing this?
That's why they arranged
It's
it.
always quick picks. It's so rare that a non-quick pick. You know,
Oh,
what I have
shit.
the image of you guys win all this money, the two of you, and you look like fucking the two guys in Dumb and Dumber when they find the suitcase for
Yeah,
the money.
when- yeah.
And you walk into the
Driving
fancy
across the-
place.
No, it's an IOU. It's an IOU. It's just as good as money.
No, but they walk into the place dressed up like cunts in like a blue and a pink fucking suit.
Wait. Time out. I would do that now.
But
Yeah.
Blair's-
I would wear that now. I
Blair's trying
don't
to
imagine if
fit
I had that money. I'd buy one in each color.
But Blair's trying to fit in with these fucking people just
With
like
that.
those two idiots.
Yeah, but time out. How well do you know Blair? He dresses like that now.
He has
He
that
would do
suit.
the same with those people in their fucking house. He would wear a
Do we
purple
have
tux
clip
with the
of week?
ruffles.
It's going
I-
great.
Honestly,
Not yet. Hold on.
Actually, I could care less. I was just trying to fuck with Shade.
I know.
No, I believe that you would try and fit in with all the snobby cunts.
No, you would do both.
No, I'm like trash. Like,
Well, there is that. But so were they, and they were. Do you remember how they walked in twirling the shit? And fucking that's exactly how I imagine you two would be if you fucking won the lottery. You
it would be fucking funny.
You'd walk into some place and you'd end up shooting a bird, an owl. You know.
I think I found a winner.
Fighting the whole way down, collecting your check.
Yeah.
Fuck
And
the
I
government.
also look at it like whether it's the government or whether I give it to a private company, and then they lose it. Let's say I give them a 500 million spread out across, or I just take and they fuck it up somehow, and somebody fucks it up, and I walk away with $20 million. I can live with that because I don't have $20 million now. You know what I mean? I know what it's like to not have money, and it would suck. It would suck to lose it all, but I could still live with whatever I have left over.
Here's the thing. I don't know about handling that money, so I can't even speak about what I would do with that money. I could speculate.
Not let my wife touch it.
I'd buy all new sneakers.
Yeah, I mean,
Plus food
I could
and shit.
speculate what I would do, but honest
Bronx.
truth, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Four
I have
finger
ideas
ring,
of what I would-
diamonds.
Yeah,
But then again, if that lottery ticket ever came in and I started doing the research and I sat
It would all
down,
change.
I know
Oh, yeah.
enough. I know enough to sit with the people and sit with somebody who says, "This is what we're going to do," and I go, "You know what? I don't like that idea. I'm going to go to the next guy."
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're going to do that. Okay, I don't like that idea. I'm going to go to the next guy. Then I go to a guy who says, "This is what I think I want to do, and here's what I think you should do," and I go, "I like that
But
idea."
you just said
And
you-
now I have to
but
trust
you just
him.
said you go to the top 5 guys and you would trust.
Which
them.
is what he's saying.
But
That's what
you're
I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're saying you'd say no to someone.
I would say no.
Because you don't understand.
That's why he's going to the
how
top
they-
5 guys, though.
Oh, I thought he was going to say
No.
100 to each 5.
No. He's
Yeah.
he's going to
Top
consult all
5,
of
I
them.
go to the first guy, and I'm going to go to the next guy, and I'm going to go to the next guy. So I'm going to go to the first
So
guy,
whoever
say, "I'm
gives
gonna
him the
give you
best
$100
offer."
million, and they're going to say, "Yeah, we're going to spread your money out in fucking potato farms." And I'm going
Orange,
to go, I don't really,
orange fucking shit for
I don't really
trading
think I
places.
like that idea because potato farms are really and he goes,
Concentrated
"Oh," and I
orange.
That's
go,
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, frozen concentrated orange.
Listen, me and Mr. Beeks go way back. I had detention with him, okay?
We're back.
He was in charge of my detention
What's
back
their
in the
name?
day.
What-
Mortimer and,
what-
yeah.
Remember in Coming to America?
Yeah.
We're back.
I like it when he gives them. Oh, you're worried about your Christmas bonus. He gives them the $5 bill. Thank you, Mr. Mortimer. Now I'll go to the movies by myself.
Paul, when have you not learned that I like to fuck with people and just challenge anything they
I just
say?
think you lost the argument and you're now you're
Even
trying
no,
to
even
backpedal.
no, no, no.
Oh,
He didn't.
no.
No, he didn't lose. He didn't lose because it's based on opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an
Can't base
opinionated
it on-
argument.
it's
I was just
opinionated,
fucking
yeah.
And
with
you
them.
realize investments are really opinions too, because there's no 100% guarantee. of what you're
Absolutely.
On anything.
I was
Right.
just fucking with them to told.
There's no guarantees at anything in life.
It's
doing.
that
I would
whole
just build
conspiracy.
Fort Knox and keep my gold in it, and that would be the end of it.
No.
Yeah, that's not even safe there either.
Yeah.
No, your original. The whole point was it was a conspiracy theorist, and I was just trying to fuck with the whole conspiracy theory.
Right. I
Which
was
is
one
I
of
don't
those.
trust-
It's one of those. You
did
can't
get
trust
rather
anybody.
detailed about going and fucking hang out like the guys in Dumb and Dumber with the rich people.
All right, more importantly,
Yeah, I know how to think. I know how to think on my toes.
So
Sorry.
Blair, I get it. I get what you're saying.
yeah.
I got $100 million.
More. All
worth
right,
of
Paul,
prices.
shut up. More importantly, it's time for our clip of the week because we're already running
yeah, I gotta
behind.
get the hell out of here.
Definitely been time. For
Yeah, I
that.
know.
No, I know.
We're
But
running
we were so engaged and
I
how
think it was an interesting conversation.
Actually, it was.
because everybody
And you
had
know what?
different
It
opinions.
is an
Yeah.
interesting conversation. It's just a damn shame it's never going to go into effect.
right.
You know what I mean?
So, will
Says
we,
you.
So, is everybody giving me money to go to get lottery at Wawa off this, or you guys are not even?
No, I don't trust Wawa's
Wait, we
lottery.
were speaking of trust.
But
Let me tell you something. When it comes to money, I'm probably the safest person you know because I am so fucking conservative with how fucking I treat money because you know how.
No. What he's
It's
saying
a
is,
lot.
I am cheap and I try not to spend any money ever on
Hey,
anything. Like
I'm the
I
best guy.
I backed out of my first gig ever this weekend because I might have got paid a little more somewhere else, and I didn't have to drive up there and spend my own gas money.
pick up
That's
Blair.
who we're talking to right there. Yeah, and we didn't have to stop and pick up Blair on the
Hey,
way.
none of that was true except for not picking up Blair.
No, that was all true.
So, but the thing
Because I was on the other show you're supposed to be on. So there you go.
what
How
was
much you get paid?
what was good
The
with
same
healthy
as you.
discussion was
Exactly.
that it was bringing up different ideas, different concepts.
Yeah.
It was actually having intelligent
An adult conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Except for
again,
Paul.
You're not trying
How was it
to
not so complicated?
change anyone. But You're
No.
trying to better understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
You might not agree with them, but you're trying to better
No,
understand
nobody
where they're
agrees with
coming
Paul.
from. No, not at all. Please.
I was a valid part of that conversation.
All right, so
You were?
we're going with timeout.
Enjoy your walk.
Shh. We're going with Incredible Acts Depraved Humans number 12 for our clip of the week.
No, we're gonna have fucking pagan. And we're gonna have fucking
Shut up.
sounding.
Oh, that was this weekend.
sounding for share for Shay.
Close.
That's
She's
pretty
fisting
good.
herself.
She's fisting herself.
Anally. She's very flexible. I'll give her that.
Okay, that's not that hard.
Yeah, come on. Try more.
I'm not that thin, so it's hard for me. Vince likes it.
Vince paid for it.
I wonder what she's doing with her $500
This.
See, here's
How do you think she made her $500 million?
You know what? This is going to be one of those ones where the guy's cutting his dick off.
No, it's not.
Probably not.
the anal canal can actually take a lot.
Yeah, it
And
can.
The anus is actually a muscle.
That's where you park your car. Yeah, but there's some things around it that if it gets this.
All right.
it's
Shh,
gonna ruin
shh, shh.
it.
You're ruining the clip, Paul.
Sorry.
I think I saw her in my Motel 6.
By the way, I love Michigan.
As of right now.
No, I've always been a fan. Oh, she's walking around like a dirty girl with the load on her face.
Oh, whose father's disappointed?
No, she's not. You know why? She doesn't know her father.
This would be more
Yeah.
impressive if I actually saw people. There's no people. There's no people.
She had no tits.
You're not wrong.
There's no people though. It's like they fuck. It's like she went into her office on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's probably what happened.
Oh, bad dad job. Look at the roots.
This is such.
That's all you're concerned.
Such a good one.
Headline: Northern Michigan University enforces strict measures to misconduct. She got kicked out of there.
Yeah, but only because she posted the video, they wouldn't have fucking known otherwise.
Right.
See, that's more impressive.
True.
I just want to.
She did take the whole dildo and swallow the whole goddamn thing.
I want to see her throw a pizza though. Let's not finish it.
What the fuck is that?
She's smacking herself to get it out.
She definitely
It
likes
got
the
stuck.
fixation.
Yeah. Oh, there was another one in there before that. Oh, I didn't even see that one.
That's fuck. There goes my. That's what I would give my money to. I'll give.
What, she's not even gonna feel your dick in there.
I just. That's what.
But for 500 million, you gotta have a night like that.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
500
talking
million.
about.
I'm at once a week. I would trust her with it.
I didn't say it would only be once. I'm not spending all my money on that. I'm just saying
It would be
that's
annually.
part of my diversification.
Yes, it'd be annually.
My DEI diversification right there.
Oh, I did this weekend. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Brett
Table
Blue.
tennis, ping pong, fucking that.
Actually,
A pickleball racket.
Pickleball, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, pickleball racket.
It's like a table tennis thing.
Close.
Well, my girl's old, so we had to do pickleball. We do tennis. Yeah, come on. I mean, that's just hot for the next.
And she put it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
She used the pickleball racket and put it back.
Now,
Good for her.
The best one was when the chick used a cucumber in the food store and then
And put it back. Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but you're washing.
That's the big set of
This
balls.
guy did one of those injection things, the silicone
That's
injections.
That's not balls. That's a ball.
No, you can. He has a divider in there. Biggest balls of them all.
How long does that take to go down?
It doesn't.
You have to put a needle in to get it out.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
She's peeing on the seat.
That's not,
It's squirting.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
that would be cooler if the camera went up and they were actually. Oh, they actually are.
Are you also the same person who doesn't believe in the anal orgasm?
No, I believe in it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean every time you see it is that's what it is though.
Oh no, true.
You got to see where the goose coming from.
Right. And we
Right.
can, from that angle you can't tell.
see.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not going to dispute that. It's one area I'm an expert at.
What?
Yeah, see that
Urine.
that one I think is piss.
Right.
No, but the pee hole is higher up. You got to see. You got to look where it's coming out.
Yeah, but when you use it, that much is coming out. It's not the orgasm.
That's not the orgasm.
No, I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying. If it's
But that's why we're saying we know that one's urine. Yeah.
No, it's probably liquid that she's stuck inside.
And-
of. They put the liquid inside them and then they do it.
Okay.
They squish
Yeah,
them up.
because that's not.
Because the urethra is above that,
Right.
so it's not. It's not pee.
Probably also as well.
She probably
That's not
stuck
with the
water up
discharge.
herself. She probably stuck a water bottle up herself and squirted it out.
Yeah, and the discharge doesn't come out like that. It doesn't come out like a fountain.
Good for her.
She's a good girl.
She is.
Camera
Oh,
pans-
people are randomly walking up to this car that's stuck in traffic while she's giving them roadhead and slapping a girl's
camera
ass.
pans down. There's a set of balls.
Yeah,
Whatever.
She turns around and Blair recognizes someone from the family.
Who hasn't had that happen once, twice?
Everybody
This
has that.
week.
Actually, it looks like my brother.
How do you think Blair got the ride tonight?
Oh, Paul, if you look like that, man,
Yeah.
I'll be opening up some more shows.
If you look like that, your teachers might have fucked you back in elementary school.
Yeah, what were those teachers when I was 11?
They looked at you and they said, "Ugh,
Yeah, she did.
ugh."
You might employ yourself for a guest spot.
You had teachers like that try to
If I
fuck you.
myself, I wouldn't be here. I would have left the fucking house.
That was an inside joke.
See, but that's not.
Oh my God, that's.
Oh, she purposely prolapsed herself.
Oh my God.
But I like the sound effects though.
Why is that always the ugly basis of it, though?
Because the other ones usually have a touch of
See,
self-respect.
this is what I
I've
watch.
seen porn, though.
Yeah, she is.
Choo choo. Oh, last time I heard that. Oh yeah. See that? I think she's like holding in.
Why
liquid.
is that even special, man? I've even had chicks that do that.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think that.
wait.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
She's just shopping in the
Surround
store.
sound on this fucking porn video is pretty fucking awesome. Right?
Oh, you're dripping.
Well, I mean, come on, have you seen a black cock that small? I haven't in a couple weeks.
I'm not impressed with them doing that in a porn store because that shit must go on every week.
Oh, was that a porn store? I thought it was like a.
I couldn't tell.
It looked like a porn store. Bunch of
Well, I saw little like necklaces there too. That's why I was
Yeah,
thrown
that's
off.
right. I thought it was like a Joanne art store.
Yeah. All right.
That reminds me of the episiotomy.
Ah, God. Me and Shay are out.
Is Is that a dick?
Yeah, it was. It was before he cut it up.
So I give my daughter a lot of credit.
I'm gonna watch Nightmare on Elm Street later.
Speaking of Severance,
Yeah. Shay, is that what you're talking about? That guy just severed his dick.
no, I fast forwarded. I was done. There we go. No, we're good. We're good. No, we're good. The two Playboy Bunny wannabes, one sticking a bottle in a noose of another.
Funny podcast where 1 minute we're talking about 401k investments, 5 minutes later we're watching a guy get his dick cut open.
It happens.
Well, no, we weren't watching that. We went right to the lady with the fucking champagne bottle in her friend's ass.
There was definitely a good 40 seconds of that.
It wasn't 40 seconds. That's just your
Felt
fucking.
like it.
That's just you being turned on by it.
Going around in my head. Is that it? That's
Yeah, that's it.
No, it's stuck at 6:59. Or was it finished?
It's finished. It's at 0. See, look at the zeros at the end.
Can we go back a minute just so Shay can catch up?
No. No, we're good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't need to.
I gotta head home.
Shay, you get 500 million, but you have to watch videos like that every night for an hour. You get 500 million.
He's happy being broke.
Yeah, I'm happy. Hey, listen, I don't have 500 million. I'm a happy guy. If I had to watch that shit every night, that'd be killer. I wouldn't do that.
You'd be doing
You know
that to
what it is?
people.
It's unnecessary.
Also
Some
true.
people- Some people are into that shit.
Yeah.
The show's not over.
All
yet.
right.
It's a
Yeah.
finish.
I just want to say
Oh, do you want
plugs.
to know where we're at?
Yeah.
Don't ask me because I can't look it up.
All right. So then we will find us on social media to get our plugs. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I take the. I get to where now my daughter started calling.
I'm pissed. God bless Chesney.
She's like, Dad, where are you?
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
She told her to go on Dave Hodges' Facebook page.
I told
her
her.
she's in bed.
The Uncomfortably Funny Podcast with Dave Hodge, Anthony Ennis, and Shay Farrell.
I was trying to get.
It's Farrell. When they get the fucking even.
Say something uncomfortably funny.
You know, like when you don't want to laugh at a joke. But
Good night.
because it's so fucking